bringing the American values back to the people within the news. The last time I remember our country being together and united was after 9/11.
I thought that's
And
what you were going to say.
yep, after but after 30 days, man, everybody just kind of went about their business and they forgot about the 403 first responders who perished that day due to terrorist attacks. And now we have politicians that won't even like admit the facts that it was a terrorist act. They say some people or those people. They won't even,
we have politicians that are lending doubt that it even actually occurred.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a politician that just got voted into New York.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a politician that was voted into New York now that blames the victims. They blame United States for those attacks. They're saying we deserved it. And she's a politician in New York. The voters, they voted her in. I don't understand what these people are doing when they go to the ballot box.
They're not. They're doing what's influenced to them and what they're just brainwashed, in my opinion.
It's going to be interesting this political season because come election day, right now, I think there's over 20 candidates for different positions that are avowed socialist, and by socialist I mean communist. Yep. And they actually want to change what we do in this country. And these young people buy into it because they're like, well, you know what? I went to school and I got my degree in whatever the fuck I got my degree in, something stupid, and I can't get a job anywhere. So I'm going to live home with mom and dad. But you're going to give free stuff? Free stuff sounds great. Let's do that. And it's really sad what's going on right now politically in this country and the way our kids are coming up because they want everything given to them and they don't want to earn it. All you got to do is get out there and start working. I mean, whether you join the military or whether you get a job, just earn it. But they don't want to earn it.
But why earn something when the taxpayers, the working man, the working stiff, the average blue collar worker is going to pay the taxes so you can have free stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna find out the hard way.
Yeah, it is. I'm hoping, praying every day that we do have a turnaround. I don't know what it will take. And I hate to say, does it have to take another 9/11? Does it have to take another terrorist attack on our soil to bring people together, to see the impact on the families and our citizenship? For these politicians to wake the fuck up and understand that the American people built this country and we're not going to just let it go.
And another problem that we're having is the Islamic leadership has actually put a hit out on Trump.
I saw that today.
Yeah, that's when I saw it today to myself. And unfortunately, some idiot's going to try that, and you can only get away with not doing it successfully so many times before something actually happens. I've got a feeling something bad's going to happen before he gets out of office.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid that happens. God forbid that happens. I don't know what will happen with this country. They put out a hit on him and Netanyahu.
Right.
And it was 88 members of the Islamic community that voted on that said, send President Trump to hell. And,
right.
At this point, every American, every politician within our borders should be standing up against Iran right now and saying, that is not going to happen. We will bomb the shit out of you. We will annihilate. We will wipe you off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make your country a glass top tabletop.
But what's sad is we have politicians in Congress, in the Senate right now that are secretly hoping that will happen. And that is disgraceful. So disgraceful.
Mm-hmm. But we have JD Vance too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you guys think you're going to get rid of Trump, but then you're going to let JD. I mean, JD Vance is going to take over it. So I mean, he's.
Yeah, but you still don't want to.
You don't want it, but I'm saying like you're not getting rid of your problem by this violence that you want to put on people. I mean, like it's just crazy.
it's horrible when we even think about
I can't commute all that, really.
the assassination of our president. And when JFK was assassinated, our country was together. Our country was even our Republicans and our Democrats stood together side by side. Here you're gonna have these socialists dancing in the streets.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, it's sad, bro. It's
the media is
super sad.
totally to blame. I don't know why they bought into this bullshit, but the media is horrible right now.
Well, the world's finding out the media's BS because they're all here enjoying America and posting how great it is here. So and they're all going, I can't believe I've been lied to. This is great here.
Absolutely.
So.
The biggest thing, what made me laugh though, and it was the other day with the Knicks parade. Here the Canyon of Heroes, they had like 1 million people turn out for that to cheer on the Knicks. Every person who is against capitalism that went to that parade, you are nothing but a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because every sports team, every athlete is a capitalist. Every one of them. They're not a business owner. No, they're not. They're not the Elon Musks or the Pfizers but they are a capitalist because they make money on what they do. They're their own business. So if you are against capitalism, you shouldn't have been at that parade. You shouldn't be going to sporting events. You shouldn't be doing any of that because all our athletes are, in essence, their own business owners and making millions and millions of dollars.
Well, that means all those TikTok people too.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Making money on yourself. I mean,
well, all right. We'll be bringing you back on in a little bit, Mongo. You can put your pants back on. I think we got Lori Montoya. Is she on?
I'm not wearing them for the entire show.
Huh?
I'm not wearing them for the entire show.
They better be patriotic.
She may want you to stand up and see the flagpole. Raise that flagpole.
Hey, if she plays the Marine Corps emblem, then I've got to stand up.
And cue.
Hoorah!
Cue the music.
All right, brother. We'll be talking to you in a little bit.
All right.
Is Lori on? All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Lori Montoya with Biker Down right after this.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star stitched on their seams. Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate. Coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow. They salute, then steal the show. Hey! Cattle and Betty's of Texas. Country first in their hearts. Pin up smiles, standing at attention. Seasoned waves, vintage art. For every soldier, every medic on call, every siren. In the dark of the fall, they bring hope, bring heat, bring charm. Like a hook, like a shield, like an arm.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Brake Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Brake Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
Yes, you did.
Your bike.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network. Happy birthday, USA.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. Welcome, Lori Montoya with Biker Down. How you doing, Lori?
I'm good. Obviously, I'm back in my office in Colorado, and just really great to be celebrating 250 years of being proud Americans. And I was kind of thinking as you all were doing that segment that you guys come from a military family. Mongo comes from a military family. I come from a military family. My father served in Vietnam. My son-in-law gave 21 years in the Coast Guard. My special guest that I'm going to have on today, her husband was in the military. Her son served in the Marine Corps. And that's the way that we bring back unity in this country is the families of those that have served must carry on that message. And we're having an overwhelming number of people signing up to enter into the military. And all of those people will have families, and we must just keep loud and proud. And I was just thinking, as you all were doing that, we will never apologize for being an American.
No,
And I think
100%.
that's just the way that we have to look at it. We cannot change the vile information that's being thrown into our youth. We can only go home at the end of the night and have those conversations to the loved ones and friends around us that we must speak up. So
Lori, on that point, you know what gets me is, you could hate Trump, and I don't care if you hate Trump or if anybody hates Trump or they don't like his politics. He's the president of the United States, and we've seen many different presidents, and we'll see many more presidents. All right, you don't have to like the person in power. You don't have to like his policies. You don't even have to like the things that are going on sometimes in America.
But to say you
But I think we need to take the word hate out. I can dislike previous administrations.
Of course.
But I've never said I hate
America. The
America.
word is we need to take the hate out. But what we want to do, because we're running a little bit late on your show, and I know you've got a lot of great guests, is I would like to bring on, I want to talk about American pride and how, last week we talked about the women's ride and how
empowering women
brought home the world record. So I'd like to bring on, her name is Miss Dazzlin, and as I was doing her resume, it's about as long as my arm, but her name is also Shannon Ventura, but she likes to be called Miss Dazzlin. She's the marketing manager in Las Vegas for Full Throttle Law. She's a very proud sponsor of Biker Down for over 8 years. She's my best friend. She's president and founder of the Bling Divas Motorcycle Club, and it's a national women's MC, which having a woman's MC is much more difficult than having a man's group start an MC. Yep. She's an AMA, I just lost it. I just had a blank. Our motorcycle, our class,
Oh,
AMS.
Yeah, AMS.
no, it's not AMS.
Accident scene management, ASM.
ASM.
Yes.
She's
By
an
about.
ASM instructor, and because of me and her biker down introducing that to her probably some 8 years ago, she's trained in the state of Nevada over thousands of motorcycle riders. And I would just like to bring on Miss Shannon and
Miss
Miss
Shannon.
Ventura. There she is.
Hey,
And I
welcome,
would-
Miss Shannon. How are you?
Hey,
Miss Dazzlin.
Miss
Miss
Dazzlin.
Dazzlin.
how are you?
Great.
Thank you for joining us on the 99 with Biker Down.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. I am in the backyard of one of my favorite spots in Boulder City called the Backstop, and they host a lot of motorcycle events here. So I'm using their little backyard patio area to
Very cool.
check in for today.
You know,
I
Lori
would
told me a little bit about you, and we have been doing a lot of stuff with empowering women as veterans, with Camp Shield, and when we see someone like yourself empowering women on motorcycles, it really warms our heart because so many women are jumping off the back of their man's bike and getting on their own, and there is nothing more independent than that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So I rode on the back for about 20 years. I loved it. Never had the desire to ride my own until I lost my husband in a divorce. So I didn't actually lose him.
I was about to say, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. It was amazing. So for 3 years, I just missed the culture. I missed riding, and I would go into the Harley Davidson dealership to buy a bike, but I'd get intimidated and I'd leave with a new t-shirt. And then one day my daughter said, "Mom, when are you going to buy a bike and not another t-shirt?" And I said, "Tomorrow." And so I bought a bike. I didn't even know how to turn it on. I test rode it on the back with the salesman. It had to be delivered. And 2 weeks later, I went to the college and learned to ride. And, you know, the quote of the rest is history. Now I have 5 Harleys.
Whoa.
I travel all over the United States and the world riding my motorcycle. I rode 48 states in 11 days. And
Whoa.
Vietnam. Yes, I did.
Here.
I did. So I was part of the 1,433 other women that went to Rockford, Illinois on the 13th. I just received my world record Atlas certificate for breaking the world record for the most women on motorcycles in one place. We ended up breaking 3 records, actually. We also broke the record for nearly 1,500 women in one spot for a motorcycle event that was for women. We also broke a 3rd world record, which was the longest procession of women on motorcycles, which
Wow.
spanned 31 miles. 31 miles of women on wheels celebrating.
I gotta say, that would scare the shit out of me. I'll tell you right now.
I can tell you, might have
So-
scared the shit out of the Illinois State Police as
Hey,
also.
we have guests right here in the studio from Illinois
Yep.
and Chicago. They're going to be our next guests on.
But
Yeah.
what's amazing is that on top of that, she left Las Vegas, and I think it took you 2 days. I mean, when I tell you a turn and burn, she came right through Colorado. It was like, "Girl, I love you. You're my bestie, but I got to go."
Bye.
And
You know,
Yeah.
being
many
part
of
of being part of that record breaking, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lori, you said last week we stole it from what, Canada?
no, Australia.
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 Yeah, Australia.
And you broke it by a
Yeah.
large margin too, right?
Over 400 more. They've been trying to break the record in the United States for about 4 years. Colorado, Susan Brisky made an attempt at it. Iron Goddess made an attempt at it in California with over 700. But Midwest women riders have been trying for a while. Ellie Rain, she is the organizer of this event. She did amazing. She is a woman's woman. And so when I say that this event, if you've been around a lot of women at one time, it can get a little catty. I saw none of that. Like, really, I saw tears. I saw women that had never ridden in a pack before being uplifted and supported by other Win sisters, women that came from 30 miles and women that came from 2,000 miles to get there. And the camaraderie and the passion and the love all around motorsports. There were over 300 trikes in that procession.
And,
And-
I really regretted that I couldn't make it, and because
Yeah.
once you saw it and you started all the women arriving and you did a wonderful video, I was just like, I should have had her pick me up, but my respect to all the women that came from Florida and Nevada and California and Texas and New York. Canada that came and said, we're going to bring the world record back to America. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying that, because we're in a monumental year. In 2 days, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of this country.
Yeah.
And you were part of bringing back, I say the gold, but bringing back the gold to the USA on top of being.
And when we got back to Rockford, into the Hard Rock Casino, and we found out that we had broke the record, and Atlas made the announcement. All of the World Cup stuff was going on that weekend as well. And when we all came into the casino, into the Hard Rock, the entire casino started yelling USA, USA.
Yep.
Like
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy
getting a little
how people
choked
from
up
other
about
countries
it.
are screaming at, and we can't even get our own people to scream USA? That's
Well, they did then, loud and proud.
yes.
And
I mean, if
there
I
were a
was
lot
sitting in
of
a casino,
tears.
if I was sitting in a casino and 1,400 and however many women walked in, all clad in leather, I would say anything you wanted me to say.
It was a beautiful sight. I can tell you that.
bet.
The view from the rear was spectacular.
Well, and Shannon, you've done so much as a woman rider to empower other women, because there's a lot of us that we ride and we're bikers. Oh, I don't know if we lost her, but there she is. But we all try to empower each other, and through accident team management, bringing women into your club, you help with the International Female Ride Day in Nevada, and what a great job you do. And I think it's just to any woman rider that's watching, don't be afraid to go buy your own bike. You can find groups locally in your network of where you ride, and just go do it, and that's what's really empowering, because we don't want to be separate from the men, but we want to be respected as women riders. And you certainly have shown through your social media, going to Vietnam, 48, I mean, you say 48 states in 11 days, but you can't really understand what kind of a grueling schedule, and how many people didn't make it that were men or women, and you were hell bent you were going to make it. And as one of your best friends, I have enjoyed going through this journey with you, and I admire you so much. And the fact that you do the accident scene management class, and think of how many people that, because back to safety is that, we are all facing an epidemic of riders going down. So I just want to thank you, and tell us a little bit about what got you into accident scene management. Oh, I can't.
Did you hear us?
I can't hear you.
Shannon, can you hear us?
Can I hear you? Oh,
What happened?
we lost her.
She may have to tune out and tune in. Can you send her a message? We're going to send her a message. Tune out, tune back in.
Okay.
We may have lost her audio a little bit.
But
you know, Lori, if you can get her to send some photos of that
Sure.
iconic, you know, world record breaking bike run, we would
Yeah.
love to air them next week on the
she's
show.
got some phenomenal videos, and what we'll do is we'll have her back, but we can't hear you. And I'd like to add her, to come periodically. She's got a lot of great points as far as motorcycle safety, what she's done in Nevada to try to keep riders safe and things like that. She's really a phenomenal. There she is.
Can we hear
I'm
her?
back.
You're back.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Somebody
real
tried to
quick,
call me. I think they
we
kicked me out.
only got a couple more seconds, so tell
That's
us
okay.
about
We got
that.
time. We got time. No worries.
Okay. Tell us
Okay.
about it.
Well, Biker Down introduced me to the concept of being prepared if something happened out there on the road. And so I got a bunch of my club sisters together and we went to it and I loved it. And then fast forward, I retired from a career as an executive with the Cheesecake Factory and then started working with Jared at Full Throttle. And he was already a sponsor. So I just had the opportunity to continue the legacy that Lori and Biker Down had created. And Jared was so into it. And then Vicky Sanfilippo, because I had sponsored and attended at that point 13 classes,
Yeah.
she asked me if I would like to be an instructor. And I went through that process with her personally to become an instructor. And now we've trained about 1,000 riders. And the
Wow.
reason it's so important to me is I might know how to stop the bleed, when not to take the helmet off, when to give rescue. But what about me? What about when I'm out there traveling, 300,000 miles on a motorcycle and who's going to save me? And
I think
so
the
it
other
just
thing-
became,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think the
No, you're
other
good.
thing that you and I have found in the class is it's a moment where you get people into the class and they're thinking about the fact that accidents do happen. And
Yes.
am I properly insured? Do I know what to do? Here's the horror stories of what can happen. I have a help
Yeah.
request on my desk right now of a gentleman that tried to pass another bike, hit a curb. His leg actually disconnected, and the other rider that was riding with him called 911 and did not know how to do a tourniquet. And the 911 operator had to talk him through it to save
Yeah.
the gentleman's life. And it's something as simple as that. And I know that it's not the warm and fuzzy that, this is a fun show. And, I always tell you, I want to be the fun girl. But the reality is that class saves lives.
100%.
I think it's fun to know that. I think
Oh, yeah.
I love doing like
You know-
the CPR classes, all the first aid stuff. Like I think it's cool to know that.
And it's even good, even if you are a passenger bunny, if you are somebody
Mhm.
who's always on the back of the
Yeah.
bike of your man's
Yes.
bike, or it's still a great class to
Mhm.
learn. It's knowledge is power. And, you may be the one, even though you're not the rider itself, you may be the one on the back rendering aid.
And
So
let me
it's good
tell
for
you
everybody.
what it also allows is, so I was first on scene after I wasn't the first on scene. I was just the first one that rolled up, that jumped into action. And unfortunately, we lost that older lady. She passed away in my arms. And I
Oh,
was devastated. And I remember I called Lori, I called PK, I called Heather, I called Jared, and was like, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? And I was really in my headspace. And I just remember a portion of the class where they say, you can go home at night knowing that you did something, that you did everything that you could that was within your scope of training.
Yep.
And that's how I got through it.
Yep.
She
some things
had
are
the
out of your
traumatic,
control.
Mhm.
Some things
they
are out of your
are,
control.
Yeah, it's not like MASH where you can, stick a pin in their neck and all that stuff. That's not real.
Yeah.
But having that
So-
skill set to possibly save a life, or having that
Yeah.
trauma kit in your bag so that if
Yeah.
you need to use it, that you can use it, is so vitally important. And,
Yeah.
Miss Shannon, speaking of military, she comes from, hey, fucking dog. If it's not my mom, it's my dogs.
We're all dog
Dogs
lovers,
agree.
so the dogs are great. The dogs are great.
But Miss Shannon, Miss Dazzlin, I'm sorry. I can't stop calling her Shannon because she's my bestie. But Miss Dazzlin, I wanted to really thank you for coming on. I've been trying to
Yeah,
get you on for a
sure.
while, and you really helped accomplish an amazing thing. And
Yeah.
evidently, my dogs need me, so I have to sign off.
Am I gonna
All right.
see? Am I gonna see all of you on the Moonshine Bandits cruise?
Yes, you
Yes,
will.
you will.
Red, white, and blue booze. Speaking
Yes,
of
you
red,
will.
white, and booze,
Yes, we are booked. We are
I'm booked too.
Yeah.
We are booking more and more each day. We are
Okay.
spreading the word here in Texas. I am looking to get a tour bus to be at my house where everybody can
Oh,
park their
In
car,
Dallas, Shannon.
and we can go from Dallas to Galveston all on the party bus. Everybody just
Okay.
drives,
I'm digging that.
right?
I'm digging
No
that.
driving for nobody. Let's fill up that bus and
We'll
let's
have a great
all
time.
party on the way to Galveston.
So,
Okay, I
Well, we
love
love you.
that.
Thank you so much for coming on.
All right.
God bless America.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jeff.
God bless. God bless
All right.
America. God bless our veterans. Let freedom roar.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you, Lori. Love you guys.
See you next week.
All right.
Thank you, Shannon.
That was Miss Jaslyn and Lori Montoya with Biker Down, breaking the
Yes.
world record in Illinois.
31 miles.
31
That's
mile.
here.
All women. All women.
That's my whole ride from my house to here.
I know.
I mean, that's wild.
That is so impressive. More women are getting on the bike. It's the empowerment of women. It's great. I dig what these women are doing. It is amazing.
Baddies right
Especially
there.
with even when we had Cam Shield on, man,
Mhm.
such
Bunch of
strong
baddies.
women, man. It's
Mhm.
great. Oh, badass. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play a little bit. We'll play an ad for the Red, White, and Booze Cruise since we brought
Yeah.
that up, and then we're gonna be back. We got TK with the Celebrity Softball Classic, and he's a United States Air Force veteran, and then we also have a special guest gonna play a little music for us when we get back from the Chicago PD right after this.
Hats, flip-flops, coolers and brews. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and booze. Sunshine, good times, tied up pontoons. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and booze.
Got the whole boat bouncing like a trampoline. Light up the stash like it's gasoline. Boom, boom, like the fourth Uncle Sam and we. Lit like a fire on a sandy beach. Ain't no lightweight, does it the right way. Post Malone, I got another Bud Light race. Tatch on her back, getting high and sideways. The tan on her thigh, still bright from light rays. Make them waves when the Spotify plays. In your black bikini, in your black fly shade. Show the rest of the world how you love to get loose. All American girl, red, white, and booze.
Straw hats, flip-flops, coolers and brews. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and booze. Sunshine, good times, tied up pontoons. Taillights, tattoos, yeah, she's red, white, and booze.
Look a little mama, she got a little drama. Now hop your big booty up in the super duty. We gon' take it to the lake for the day, then later on the night we all gon' get right. Fire up the green, call up the team. Might see some things you ain't never seen, like 3 girls playing Twisted Naked. Heard birds saying I can't take it. Text screaming out shake it, shake it. Good Lord, I hope we all make it. Don't worry about.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe and somebody did a suicide left in front of me and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing tragically my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time of their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but you know, that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time, and even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Hey, I'm Natalie Brett with Daniel John Brett, U.S. Army. I am with Three Star Families of America and Heroes in the Sky, and I ride with 99.
My name is Carol Stanky, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% Radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Where?
There with the softball benefiting almost 28 different organizations, correct?
Yeah, 26 this last year. There'll probably be closer to 30 this year.
Wow.
And but yeah, I tell everybody, I love the fact that I get all the kudos on it. But the reality is that really, I think the only kudos I could take from it is just being the knucklehead that was, you know, put that you're like, oh, let's do a celebrity softball game. And this thing has gotten so ginormous that it literally, as you guys know, it takes an absolute, the entire world, it seems like, because we got people coming in from Germany and the UK and Mexico City and Calgary and Australia, then all over the United States, Alaska, Hawaii, everybody comes in from everywhere. And then everybody, whether you donate $1 or, you know, $100,000, every single donation matters. Yes. And I couldn't do it without you guys, without the celebrities that obviously come and play, without the veterans that come and play, without the celebrities and veterans that come and show up that don't even want to play, that just want to hang out. So, I mean, and as you guys know, it is literally a family reunion weekend.
The one thing and what I found out from you a few years back, and, you know, how big this has become, the Celebrity Softball Classic has become, because everybody wants to give back. Celebrities from all across the world want to be part of this, that they come here on their own dime.
Yeah.
They come here because they want to give back. They want to be part of this. They want to share whatever they can. They want to be able to be part of that platform to give back to all those great nonprofit.
Yeah, I could afford them anyway. I mean, you know, it's already a $200,000 weekend, and you know, people's like, "Oh, the stadium's not free." There's nothing free.
Yeah.
And but you know, what we decided to do is, you know, a lot of nonprofits will have a black tie gala, and they'll raise $300,000 for their gala to make $75,000 for their charity. And, you know, being a part of so many great foundations, charities, and being on their boards for over 10 years, 12, 13 years. And then finally getting off all the boards, it was something like, what can we do to do more, to help more? So what we decided to do is like, look, let's use the Celebrity Softball Weekend as a platform for charities to use us to raise money for themselves. They get to keep 100%, but they get to bring the people that are donating to them to the weekend. And that's been kind of a great trade-off. And there's even charities that actually put us in their sponsor decks now for their black tie gala still, or their golf tournaments. Or, we have one female veteran charity. She's raised over 120,000 in 3 years.
Wow.
And hasn't done anything except make phone calls and bring people to the weekend.
So when it's a good cause,
that's the way to do it.
It's easy to do when it's a good cause and people want to give back. We also have another guy in the studio, a veteran, Leo, law enforcement officer here from Chicago. He now lives here in Texas. Has been part of the Celebrity Softball Classic for so long, right?
Well, you can't resist a Chi-Town guy. I mean, we got some Chi-Town family, myself from Cicero. So, when I got introduced to Steve, and it took me a couple seasons before I even got him in there because he's so overly booked. I mean, even our weekend, I think, got 3 or 4 gigs to do before he's hauling rear end to try to get to ours on time. So, Steve is phenomenal. And as you know, last year was such a huge hit with the crowd and doing the bagpipes before the game. So, it's so awesome to have him.
Well, let's introduce Steve Piper, retired Leo with Chicago PD, playing a little tune for us to celebrate the United States of America's 205th birthday. Hit it, Steve. Woo! Well, welcome, Steve Piper, man.
All the Scottish World Cup fans going to love you.
Yeah. Steve, welcome to the 99 again. You've been a big part of the 99 for a long time, for many years, big supporter, and Tim's not wrong when he says you have a schedule that I can't. Yeah. JD Vance doesn't have your schedule between all the 9/11 stair climbs, all the bagpipe events, all the memorials, the celebrations, the stage events, and with a wife and a family at home. And I don't know how you find the time. I don't know how you do it, but brother, you really married? Yeah, you stay married. But well, it's a supportive wife. That's a supportive wife.
Actually, she's doing like my wife. She's still getting the money and don't have him at home. She can enjoy. Best of both worlds.
Steve, for our listening audience, how long have you been playing the bagpipes?
I started in it was either right before or right after 9/11.
Okay.
And I was with the Chicago Police Department. I joined the Chicago Police Band, played with them for 10 years. They taught us all how to play with experienced pipers or outside instructors. And then I played with the Emerald Society for about 5 years. And then since then, I've been pretty much primarily playing on my own. But, now that I'm here in Texas for almost 5 years, I fill in with a lot of the local police and fire bands. Like, for example, on Tuesday, there's a line of duty death funeral for Montgomery County Sheriff that was killed in the line of duty over the weekend. So we will all be headed down to the Woodlands near Houston to play on Tuesday.
Wow. And it's, I've been to many police funerals, and I'll tell you what really uplifts a lot of the family, and it really does the healing process for some of the families. Not that the pain ever goes away, but to hear those bagpipes releases so much emotion, and it is uplifting, it is healing, and it's peaceful, for all the families, because what you bring to those families is a sign of not only tradition, but it's just the bagpipes represent our first responders and our veterans. Mm-hmm. That music, just those pipes, and when you play them, it gives me chills. You do so much that you probably don't even know about for every family member out there.
Well, you don't realize it when you're doing it because you got to pay attention to what you're playing and marching in step. But when I look at the videos later, there's one video, and I'll send it to you. It was for a Fort Worth police sergeant that was killed a couple of years ago. And we had about 35 pipers plus 15, 20 drummers all coming around the corner playing. And you don't realize what that looks like or sounds like until you can actually view it from the outside.
Oh, and I was at Carry the Load with you this year over in Rivershon Park, and you played with so many the Dallas and Fort Worth Pipers, and to watch you walk in that line, and what was really cool was, I don't know, there was a little kid in there. There was a young kid playing the bagpipes. He was a young child, probably 11, 12 years
That
old.
was the second year he played with
That was
us.
the second year he
think
played?
I think he has a family member related to the Dallas Fire Department, and most of the pipers there were Dallas firemen, a couple from, I think, Plano or Wiley, but I was the only policeman there. They let me play with them.
They let you play?
They let me play with them.
So you were the only one that was awake, you stayed awake. The firemen were falling asleep. But you know what? I want to bring this up to Chi-Tex, right? Am I saying that right?
Chi-Tex. It's
Chi-Tex.
an abbreviation for Chicago and obviously Texas.
Yes, Chi-Tex Irish Bagpipers raffle. Win a custom RTIC. What is that? Arctic Patriotic halftime water cooler, 3 gallons. We're going to have this up on our website. It's a raffle, and it supports Steve and all your travels and the memorial you go
get
to.
in there, because my Venmo, I was doing it out in the hallway before we came in, and I forgot I got a new card. So you got a few minutes left before you buy the rest of those spots, because I'm getting ready to buy them up. So I'll walk out of here.
$20 donation per spot. Only 20 spots available. Winner takes the entire prize package. Drawing will be held when all spots are sold. Winner will be selected. Live announced on Chi-Tex Irish Bagpipers page. So go. Let's see. You want to this way. You say it a little better than I do because I just got it. How could they buy a spot?
Well, we have it on our Facebook page for Chi-Tex Irish Bagpipers. We also have our fundraising page, and the Venmo and Zelle information is on there. And also, that's not on the flyer, but it is included. We do have a bottle of tequila that will be offered with it for those that partake.
All right.
It's a veteran-owned, Navy veteran-owned tequila called Cape Horn Tequila.
Cape Horn Tequila.
Cape Horn. Be careful how you say that. Sorry.
Yeah. So you can go to the Venmo, Chi-Tex Irish Bagpipers on Venmo. So as you can see, I've got mine ready to go. So
There you
I
go.
Get out of here. So
Click those spots. Let's sell out those 20 spots right here, man. Let's sell them out before the end of the show. Maybe you can announce a winner on the show if you can.
I think you already know who's going to win. I don't want to say it's going to be me. But
Let's get those 20 spots going. But once again, 250 years of American pride, and the celebrity softball. We are also celebrating or honoring our 25th anniversary of our 9/11 heroes who perished after those terrorist attacks in 2001.
we actually got two things on 9/11, right? Because you got Benghazi.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Benghazi. So friends of mine, John Tigan and Mark Geist and Tonto, that were there. A lot of people forget about the 9/11 on Benghazi that happened, and we lost four Americans on that. And then obviously the 25th anniversary remembrance of 9/11. And, most of the veterans that participate in the game, I was just telling Jessica not long ago, it was kind of funny to me because, a lot of the guys and girls that joined because of 9/11 that are now in their 40s, that I still kind of consider youngsters, and I'm thinking, man, these guys joined when they're 18, 19. And, and, it's already been 25 years, and guys who have sacrificed, and females, limbs and been blown up in the whole 9 yards. We have probably most of I would say 80% of our veterans that participate in the game joined because of 9/11.
Yeah.
So it's going to definitely be an emotional day. Obviously, you got Steve kicking it off. You got Don Graves, doing God Bless America as always. We have the fireworks after. We got a lot of special things in between innings that's going to take place and have fun in remembrance. And, even though it's we consider it a celebrity game, this year it really is all about the veterans. And, and we've actually kind of changed our moniker on celebrity softball. Will Kane, when I was on his show on Fox last year, the Friday night before our event, me, him, Bonnie Jill, and Jim McMahon, as we were leaving, he's like, it sounds like this is the most patriotic celebrity game in America. And I was like, I'm still in that. So, I literally told my PR people and marketing people that night when I got to the event, like, hey, starting next year, start coining the phrase that we are America's most patriotic celebrity softball game, because nobody has the veterans and celebrities that we do that play in the games. This will be our 12th year. Last year we had 26 different charities, and again, they were able to use our platform to help raise money for themselves, and they raised over $1 million last year. And I think we'll probably be closer to about 1.5 this year, and probably closer to 30 charities that are using us and our platform. Because again, it doesn't make sense to spend get all your sponsors and everybody to raise a bunch of money to have a black tie gala or a golf tournament, and then get a third of what you raise. Like, take all the money that you're going to raise for that event and just bring them all to my event. I mean, what the hell? Like, we're already paying for it. And no offense, our event's 10 times better, 100 times better than your event. I promise you. So, and again, even like, on our Friday nights, you can't even buy tickets. It's either you're invited or you're not invited. You either know where it is or you don't know where it is. And it makes it special. And we had over 1,000 people there last year.
On that Friday night?
Yeah. And even the hotel is actually getting work. You don't really realize it in the ballroom because people come and go, but it looks like a trail of ants from the hotel lobby bar all the way up to the ballroom bar. And, and I mean, the ballroom bar, probably has a few hundred people down there drinking. And then there's a trail of ants between the two. And then you got, 800 to 900 people in the ballroom. And
then you have your job the next day trying to herd all those people out of the pool area.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of the weekend is 2 o'clock telling everybody it's time to get out and get over. If you're playing in the game, get out and get over to get ready, start getting ready, right? So, but no, it's just a great weekend. Carl's House, dear friend of mine, Chuck Campbell, they came in last year as our title sponsor. By Friday night, he was like, hey, we're definitely in for next year. Saturday, before I took him out on the field, he was like, hey, after the pool party day, because last year was his first year, he's like, after pool party day, Ashley and I, his wife, beautiful wife, Ashley, he's like, we want to commit to do this for the next 10 years.
Wow.
So, Carl's House, Chuck Campbell, Ashley Campbell, thank you very much. They are, he was laughing. We were texting back and forth, I think Monday. He's like, don't forget we're tied at the hip for the next 10 years. And I said, well, be careful what you ask for. That means you're tied to, you got me tied with you for the next 10 years. So be careful on that, pal. So, but Chuck has done a lot of great things too in helping bring great celebrities like Rocker Steiner, who I just got to meet first time last year.
He just got out of surgery, I heard.
Yeah.
A bad neck injury.
I don't think he's trying to get back for the NFR this year. I don't think he will, just to be safe. But I believe he will be at the game, not to play, but just participate and have fun. And then we got so many other new celebrities that are coming on top of all the celebrities from last year. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. And I'm just so overly grateful and thankful for everybody who helps out, participates, and gets involved, from Steve to you guys. And you guys promote it all year round as well, and everything you guys do and go. And it should be a lot of fun this year as well. And now this is our last year that we're going to do it in the fall. So after this year, I'll announce at Celebrity Weekend what the date will be in June of 2027, but we're going to move the game back to June.
Okay.
And the reason why is because in doing my research and looking, the weather in June and September are identical. Hot. So
it's Texas.
It's hot.
It's not
so
August.
it doesn't really matter if we have in September or June, but if we move it back to June, I have a lot of current NFL guys that want to play. Micah Parsons was actually at the game last year. He was injured. They were on a bye weekend. He was down on the field for almost the whole game in street clothes, but begging the police hurry move this back to June so I can play. And one other thing, I'll tell you how good Lord has gotten involved in this. Right after a celebrity game last year, I was talking to the stadium and the hotel trying to figure out a date in October. And every weekend they're like, nah, it works for me. It don't work for me. It works for me. It don't work for me. And so I was like, look, go back to the first weekend after Labor Day. Let's start there and see what we got in September. And the stadium was like, well, we got September 12th. And the hotel was like, oh, that's perfect. That works for us. And I was like, great, book it. Send me the contracts. I love you all. See you later. And I hung up. I said, September 12th. That means our party's going to be September 11th. And I'm like, wait a minute, what year are we in? Oh my God, it's 25th anniversary. Like, just the good Lord threw me a bone that I wasn't even paying attention to. That's actually going to help blow it up. And then, like you said, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of America, which we'll have the 25th anniversary 9/11 patch. We got approval from them to put it on the jerseys. Nice. And we got the 250th year anniversary patch that we're going to put on the jerseys as well this year. Also, both teams, before I forget, we're representing. So this team, which was Back Home Patriots, the white team, will be the NYPD.
Nice,
So they'll all have the
nice.
NYPD
Representing,
hats.
representing.
Yeah, and so obviously Steve's got to get a white jersey. The red team, which will be Carl's house this year, is usually helping a hero. They're always great partners, but they are going to actually be in DC this year during the celebrity weekend. So Carl's house is going to fill that void for them while they're out of town. But Carl's house will be red, and they're going to represent FDNY Fire Department, which has kind of worked out too, because when we did the jerseys, before we even thought about the hats, obviously the white lettering, and then the fire department has the red lettering. So obviously the fire department's going to go great with it. Looks great with the red jersey. The NYPD looks great with the white jersey. So again, another gift to good Lord through us. Celebrity rings are going to be off the hook this year. I mean, we got so many great things that's going to happen this year. I can't wait. Not going to be quite as big as that. We're actually going down in size every year from the satellite we had a couple of years ago to that one to, we're going to go down a little bit. And but yeah, it's just exciting. It's fun for me personally. It's a big family reunion. It's my opportunity to get to, from a selfish standpoint, it's my opportunity to get to see everybody I love and care about and in one weekend. And, the better part is the veterans, everybody who participate in the game, there is no general admission. There's no VIP. If you're there, you're VIP. Our veterans are treated just as properly as our celebrities. So we don't have any difference in the jerseys. So if you could be a veteran on a celebrity team, but if you're on that team, you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Even if you're a veteran. So, but I also want the veterans and obviously friends of mine to have the opportunity to, get treated like a celebrity, because to me, they are.
Yep.
They are real celebrities, right? They're real heroes. So.
And the big thing, the also for our listening audience out there, man, think that this is a game where it's not going to cost you $300, $400 for a game. Like if you're going to go for one ticket to go to a Ranger game, this is you can take the whole family for under $100, and it's free parking. You get up close and personal with all your celebrities, all the athletes.
Yes, a super intimate stadium.
Your kids, your kids are going to get to see their favorite guys.
Well, we got Dave & Buster's again coming back, and they're doing the big, gaming area again, and then just a couple of things. So, because you're part of the 99% network and listening in, July 4th, the website goes live. Celebrity Softball.
Can you put up that flyer?
CelebritySoftballClassic.org goes live on Saturday. Tickets are only $10, but because you listen in, you're part of the show. If you when you're checking out, you can get up to 6 tickets. When you're checking out, just put in CSCTX 26, which is basically Celebrity Softball Game Texas 26, CSCTX 26, and you'll actually get your tickets for free. Parking is $10. I can't control that. That's stadium deal because they got to pay for the people to be out there parking. So, for our thing is we're not really doing this to actually try to sell tickets. We have to actually have a dollar amount to even be able to do the tickets. But because of the code, I just want people to come and enjoy the weekend, have fun. If you want to buy tickets, you can. Thank you. If you just would rather come on us, you're more than welcome to come on us at 90% Club, or network. So, we just want to fill the stadium up and and then again, the fireworks show afterwards is, I would put it up against any 4th of July fireworks show, to be honest with you.
It was epic.
About 25
year,
minutes
man.
long. It's always 25 minutes long. I mean, I kind of got to laugh a little bit at 10:30 at night in the neighborhood going, man, how many times a year are these people getting their windows rattled? So,
one of the best shows I've ever seen. I mean, I got to see it out from the parking lot. I was out in the parking lot. It was an amazing show. I was like, wow, this is better than some of the 4th of July shows.
It is. It's unbelievable. The Rough
cities.
Riders put an absolute unbelievable show. And then if you really want to come and do some oh my gosh, like we literally have people not hitting a softball out of the stadium, like out home run into the stands. We have people hitting not just out of the stadium, but there's guys that will put a softball up on the top of the condos across the street from the stadium. I mean, there were some moonshots hit last year, and Austin Jackson, who played for the Detroit Tigers, he ended up being the MVP of last year's game, got the championship belt. And it's just a lot of fun. It's just a good time for everybody. And better yet, it's a great time for everybody to just come close intimate.
The kids enjoy it.
We love the kids.
Love
I mean, we love the kids. So
and one thing that was really cool about Rough Riders Stadium is when the celebrities and the athletes are all hitting the balls in that back field, where all the grass is.
Yeah.
You see all the kids gathering to grab all the celebrity balls and all this stuff. And it is so amazing to watch all these children just having a great time running for balls and getting that ball and running back and getting it signed. And it's just a family event.
Usually the ushers or the guards of the field, or what is security, I guess. Every year they're only supposed to let people who have wristbands on. Somehow every year they let everybody in the stands come down on the field, which is fine with me if they want to let them come down, but which is kind of fun because all the kids are down on the field after the game watching fireworks. Families are with the players. Players are taking pictures of everybody, signing autographs. And but yeah, it's just it's really an intimate opportunity to get to meet and greet a lot of great individuals, a lot of great American heroes. And for me personally, the game is for the fans, more so for the kids. But I'd like to say it was for my celebrities. They would say it's for them, but the game is for the fans. The Friday night VIP private party is for, and the pool party is for them. Yeah. The game's for the fans. So, and then Sunday we all sleep in and go home.
There you go,
Thank
man. God. Steve, you've been a part of celebrity softball for a long time. What is your take on like getting out there and playing and doing the bagpipes in front of everybody? And especially this year, 9/11 means so much to, to both of us. Being a police officer, losing friends to different, not only in the collapse itself, but to medical issues throughout the years. We've lost more of our law enforcement and our first responders for medical issues that they still battle each and every day. For you, what does this mean for you on a 250th birthday, the 25th anniversary? It's got to be emotional.
It is. I mean, celebrity softball, we had a great time last year. It's great to be on the field and interacting with everybody. And nobody's, normally when you hear celebrities, most of them are, snobby. Not most of them. Some of them can be snobby, or they don't want to, they got their security around them. Everybody's.
That's not the case.
Well, Steve is obviously, being from Chicago, obviously he and I are diehard Jimmy Mack fans.
Yeah.
And so, I know last year that was one thing. Steve and his wife were like, "Oh, there's Jimmy Mack." I'm like, "Go talk to him, bro. Like, he'll be more than happy." And you guys got to go talk to Jimmy Mack.
I met him over a few times over the years playing other events in Chicago. But the event is great. Meeting people, and obviously, I'm doing the 4 9/11 stair climbs this year.
Ooh.
Each stair climb is 110 floors. So whatever the building is, you climb up, say 40 floors, elevator down, another 40, and then another 30 after that. So I'm doing one in New Orleans, the Dallas 9/11. I know you're familiar with that one because you've been at it.
Fort Worth, they had to cancel this year.
Yeah, so I'm doing San Antonio on the 11th, and then I'm going right up to Oklahoma City to do theirs the morning of the softball game.
It's funny you brought up Oklahoma because that's another internal terrorist attack that we lost a lot of people at, that we seem to forget. Timothy McVeigh blew out the building out in Oklahoma. We got to respect those heroes out there who battled and did everything they could to save whoever they could out of that building. We can never forget. We focus on 9/11, which was one of the largest, but we can never forget our heroes in Oklahoma as well.
Have you ever been to the memorial up there?
I've seen the memorial. I have not been to it. It's all
my wife and I were up there for obviously another stair climb event several years ago, and we walked through there in the evening time, and it's open 24/7, and it's just I don't know how. There's no words that can describe it because you got a marker there for every victim that was killed that day.
And to just give a background on what our first responders go through, I had Chris Fields on the show a couple of years ago. And for those who don't know Chris Fields, he's an Oklahoma City firefighter. He was the firefighter in that iconic Time magazine photo carrying the baby. He worked 19 hours digging through the rubble. He had there was a collapse of part of a building, and he had to actually witness a surgeon come in and remove somebody's leg so they can save him from a piece of metal. So he worked almost 19 hours, gets back to the station, and no break, have a cup of coffee, and they're off to another job. Yeah. They're off to a rescue. They're off to a fire. It's business as usual. And the mental comprehension on that in any civilian world. You can't comprehend that. And that's why our first responders battle each and every day through mental traumas, because they don't get to turn off. They go from one large scale event to another. And that's why, like, even with celebrity softball, you know, and last year I was able to hear first responders and veterans. They were able to talk and share and decompress and smile and be happy and heal, and it on so many different levels.
Yeah, people don't have no idea. Like in 21, after the event in 21, we had a Globe Life Field. After the week is over, I usually text everybody the following week, tell them thank you for coming. And I had a veteran that was a late addition. Somebody just said, hey, is there a way to get this individual into the game? I know it's late. And I said, yeah, 100%. We'll get him in. And so we got him in the game. And, you know, I could tell Friday night was the first time we ever had a Friday night party. We only had about 250 people then. But then he just, somebody standing on the wall, beer in hand, hand in pocket. You can just kind of tell they're out, you know, they're newbies. So I went and introduced myself. Oh, you're my guy. Okay. And, you know, I know you're a fan. Anybody here? Well, I see Michael Irvin. I don't want to bother him. I said, look, Michael Irvin wouldn't be here if he didn't want you to bother him. Let's go meet him. So I took him around the room, got him with some Marines, had a great weekend. Every time I saw him, he was smiling with the guys. When I did my text message, he basically wrote me a book back, but the gist of it was this was going to be my last weekend. I'd already written my letter. I already had my loaded revolver. I was literally going to go. I was coming home. I dropped my bag and I was done. But because of the weekend, because of camaraderie, because of the guys, and the girls I got to meet, you know, it reinvigorated me to get back in life. I mean, it was super emotional, but, you know, the game literally changed his life, saved his life. Now he's married, got a couple great kids, beautiful family. I called Scott Husing, Major Scott Husing, wrote the book Echo Armati afterwards. And I said, hey, pal, what do you think about this? And, you know, he's a Marine, and, you know, do you want to reach out to him? And he was like, man, how many people have we ever lost that's participated in the game? How many people we ever lost? I said, none. And he's like, I guarantee you he's not the only one. Yeah. And since that year, every year, there's always a couple, 2 to 3. Last year, there was 5. 2 of them that personally came up and told me during the game that they were on the fence posts. And then behind the scenes, a few weeks later, I think you told me about one that had come to you guys, 1 or 2 that came to you that you called me on that I ended up calling, checking on. But, you know, and again, you just never know what this event's going to do for their morale, just to lift them back up or get them back in the game of life. And I would tell everybody that you're valuable. If anybody's out there thinking about, you know, that you just, hey, my life sucks, trust me, it doesn't. You're valuable. God put you down here for a reason. Trust me. You know, don't give up. Keep staying in the fight. Get some help. But that's the other thing I was going to bring up when you talked to Oklahoma City. I was up there yesterday for a podcast, but I actually met this young man named Brett Kay, Warriors Rest Foundation, ex-state trooper up in Oklahoma. And they created this foundation, Warriors Rest Foundation, and it's for
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's for first responders and veterans and their spouses who are struggling with like PTS or just being disconnected, or, you know, even marriage issues between the husband and wife. They're doing some absolutely amazing things, and they're actually coming to get involved in the Celebrity Weekend this year. And of course, I opened up some doors. Some of my friends in Oklahoma City that can maybe help open the door. But then they also have another 1 or 2 retired sheriffs that also helping out with that. But, you know, it's if you need help, get with the 99%. Like, I'm at Clundo 9 on almost all my social. Find me, get with me. We'll get you to the right direction. But yeah, stay in the fight and don't give up.
You know, it's not always about because none of us want to sit on a couch. Couch therapy, you know. A lot of us don't want to open up our feelings, but we can open up to our feelings, to our veterans, to our first responders. When we connect together is when the healing begins. There is so many modalities out there that you have to take advantage of. If one doesn't work, go to the next. If that one doesn't work, go to the next. You know, just throwing up these 2 books. My fingers. I just want to highlight 2 books real quick. Mike Barron, who founded the Blues magazine, over 8 million viewers worldwide. It is the largest online law enforcement magazine in the country. Mike just wrote a book called Behind the Badge. And it is on Amazon. It's in Barnes and Nobles. And Robert DeMarco, who just wrote a book called The Line That Held. And he's a New York City police officer. He just took all his royalties this month of June and donated them to the Brotherhood for the Fallen Fort Worth chapter. Both of these men were struggling, and they started journaling. Journaling gets your feelings out onto paper. It's secure, it's safe, it's your own feelings. No one has to read it, but if you want to share it, you can. But both these gentlemen, officers, wrote books to help others. And journaling is a great source of healing as well. And it's your thoughts on paper, getting them out of your body. So just a little tidbit of
One last
information.
thing too on Celebrity Game. Switch gears a little bit. First of all, Janie Balderas.
Yes.
I love you. I see
Janie.
you watching over here, girl. So, but what's funny to me is because I'm reading your hit sheet over here, and it's funny because all the people that are on here, from Don Graves and Lori Montoya and obviously the Bags and Brianna Smith and Jennifer and Tattoo Mark, and that's the great thing about this Celebrity Weekend more than anything is it brings so many people together, and so many people go off and do great things together. That's what I love to see more than anything. It's just all the relationships that's made from this weekend of all these great people. I tell people greatness attracts greatness. And so it's great that everybody becomes friends with everybody, and that's why it does turn into a big family reunion, because everybody's so excited to see everybody every year. And if you really only need to be in there about 5 minutes, your first time. Once you're in there, I mean, the minute you're in at the hotel,
so
you're pretty
welcoming.
much all of a sudden everybody's just you're in the family at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and then it just goes and grows from there. And so I mean, to me, there's so many levels of this weekend that just for me personally, it's just so much gratitude of just how many great people continue to get together and do so many great things. Again, Tattoo Mark and, just so many
Tattoo
people.
Mark wanted to be here today. He is out sick. He's under the weather. But as you brought up Tattoo Mark, let me just shine on this real quick. Jennifer Reed and Tattoo Mark have teamed up for burgers, beers, and babes at Texas Harley. I thought, Bears and babes.
Well, hey, Jay Reed, Jennifer Reed.
You had me there for a second.
Jennifer Reed is a babe, so we could go babes and bears.
Yeah, Jennifer Reed on July 18th, Saturday, July 18th from 12 to 3. They will be at Texas Harley Davidson collecting bears for the Tattoo Mark Foundation to be delivered to over 18 or 20 hospitals this year throughout the state of Texas.
To do that last year is a lot. We do it every year at Christmas. Always a lot of fun.
It is fantastic. Also, United States of America. I want to pronounce it right. United States of America. Brianna Smith, Mrs. Texas.
Mrs. Texas, yeah.
She is doing her bear collection.
At her little coffee company.
Yep. And that's going to be on starting yesterday, June 29th, going till July 3rd. And that is the Grace of Coffee.
June 29th to July 3rd.
Yep. 1873 North Business 287 and 6074 US 380 East.
We'll post the flyer on our page.
By the Grace of Coffee.
And again, Brianna and her husband, Jared Smith.
Yes.
Right. Jared played in the NFL. He won a Super Bowl at the Seahawks, got to finish his career at the Cowboys. Lucky for him. And obviously, like most men I know, our better half are the beautiful, smart ones. So just like Brianna, being Jared's beautiful, smart one, she's kind of the rock of the family. But absolutely unbelievable, great young couple, got beautiful children, and doing great things in the community. And we just absolutely love them to death as well.
I really got to give it to Brianna Smith too, because we took a break from the Tattoo Mark Foundation when we were changing hospitals before we delivered beds, and we stopped at Dave & Buster's. Right. So we stop at Dave & Buster's. We're gonna eat. Right. Jared Smith, big dude, man. Dallas Cowboy, runs right to the arcade, man.
Wins a teddy bear.
Wins a teddy bear. Just a giant kid, man. So kind at heart, man. And I turn around to Brianna, I'm like, I don't know how you do it. She's like, I got 3 kids. She goes, I don't even have a husband. I got 3 kids. I gotta manage them all. And
she does.
Well, you know that Dave & Buster's, leading up to the game last year, obviously we were going there doing some appearances and having fun. In Dave & Buster's, they got this big crane. It's a human crane. Have you ever seen that? Like where
that I have not seen.
You know where you take the crane, you get the teddy bear out there. So they got one of those that the human could get on. And so Jared actually got onto that in the Dave & Buster's up there in Frisco, like locked in. I literally thought it was going to cave in on him.
I was saying, big dude.
He was like 2 pounds under like what the max weight limit was. And but he pulled it off. He pulled it off nice and neat. Wow. But he was in the big box with the crane, and it was interesting.
That's a big Dave & Buster's.
He pulled it off.
So much fun. And like you said, That's where the Celebrity Softball Classic, and that's going to be September 12th at Rough Rider Stadiums in Frisco. It's a huge connection. Fans and athletes, celebrities, everybody connects, man. Even if you are in the top row, you are part of that family. You are giving back to a community that gives back to our first responders and our veterans.
And don't stand
so
in the
many
top
others.
row. Come down to the field.
Yeah,
Come
you
down
can
to the
walk
field,
on down. You don't
autographs.
have to stay in your seat.
That's what I love about Rough Rider Stadium. It's so intimate, so much fun. It's a ginormous stadium, really.
It's
Beautiful.
that
It's a beautiful
classic feel,
Yeah,
too.
10,000 people
baseball.
is the max. I think we usually average about 5,000 per year. That's the other reason why we're going to move it out of the school
bigger.
year in the fall back to June, because we'll be the first holiday weekend for everybody getting out of school. And usually when we had the games in June, we were always at max capacity with the ticketing, because last year during the game, I think there was 8 proms in Frisco.
Oh.
So, a lot of our
yeah.
celebrities had to go do the prom pictures with their kids,
Yeah.
and people were running late, and Kevin Minch and Chris Dowling and a bunch of guys. And, Frisco has 16 high schools.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely insane. So, and then you got Friday night lights, you got Saturday kids sports, you got some of our friends' kids are in college sports. And so it's like, you know what, we got to get out of the school year. So after we do this unbelievable gift that God gave us on the 9/11 weekend and being able to celebrate that in remembrance of 9/11 250th anniversary, we'll move it back to June and have a little
awesome.
bit more fun. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Kick off the summer.
And remember, man, July 4th, tickets go on sale. Go to celebritysoftballclassic.org, celebritysoftballclassic.org. Get your tickets.
Use your free code.
Use your code CSCTX26.
Thank you. Somebody who doesn't slur as bad as I do. Yes, perfect.
I wrote it down.
And you get 6 free tickets.
All
That's
we
amazing.
ask is that if you do get tickets, go.
Yes.
And the Rough Riders will actually email you the tickets. So
Oh, wow.
pretty easy to get.
And
Like I said, it's a big way to connect. I even recruited Betty from
Yeah.
the game.
and the
Alex,
Battling
you
Betties
know?
are going to be there
They'll
this
be
year?
there this year.
Battling
They're
Betties
actually
going to be
doing
there this year?
a little fashion show. They're helping out with the Friday night event, and when we give out the Don Gray Patriot Award, and so they're going to help out with some of that. And they're doing some stuff at the pool party on Saturday, and then they're going to be doing some stuff at the actual game on Saturday. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah,
we're only about 75 days out, I think. I don't even know. I mean,
I'm
it's
excited. I've been talking about it since I left last year.
Yeah.
This was my first one last year. Absolutely had a blast. Met so many great people.
going to be even crazier this year.
Chaz Taylor. Taylor.
And his moonshine.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I mean, at the hotel, if you stay at the hotel, I think one year, not last year, year before, myself, McMahon, Don Graves, his helper Kelly, who takes care of it, and my wife, we left the party about 2:45 a.m., the Friday night party. And we were back downstairs at, 8 a.m. This year, we've got a lot of door kickers that showed up, a lot of special operation guys, and those guys don't go to bed.
No.
So after the party was over, it was like 2 a.m. and
4. I got suckered into all that.
Everybody was out there on the patio enjoying, and I don't even know where everybody's getting pizza delivered, and it's like 3 a.m. Pizza's getting delivered, beer, and I'm going, where's all these people getting all this? And then somebody was like, man, at 4:30, I was about ready to make a complaint, all the noise, and I looked out the window. I was like, oh, that's our people. So I was like, there ain't nobody at the hotel, I don't think, but our people. We pretty much own the hotel. So it's just, but again, it gives those guys an opportunity to catch up. Their whole goal was, we're going to see the sun come up. We're going to go have breakfast inside, and then we're going to go to bed, and then we're going to hit the pool by noon. So it's definitely an interesting group of individuals all weekend long. So it does make it fun, though.
Yep. So you can see Steve Piper, catch him, support him in his organization as well.
Better hurry up and get your
20 tickets left.
What do you call those tickets? I guess what are those things called?
Raffle tickets.
Raffle tickets, baby. Hurry. I guess we're calling them tickets. Yeah, you better hurry and get them, because again, as soon as I get down to my car,
get them before TK gets them.
Yeah.
16 spots left.
Ooh.
Without TKs,
Yeah. So
16
you got
spots
got about 10 spots left. There's about 10 people better hurry and get in, because you got about a few minutes before I get down there.
And Steve, where can people catch you playing? Did you also played with an AC/DC tribute band?
Yeah, I fill in with Back in Black once in a while.
Yeah.
They're very popular here in Texas.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I play with them maybe 3 or 4 times a year now. I don't have any scheduled events coming up. But
Everything on yours is on your Facebook page. Right?
Yes.
They follow you there. They'll find everything that you're
Shy
doing.
Tex.
I try to keep up with that. I mean, I recently played with a Beatles tribute band, and we covered Paul McCartney and Wings on Lola Kintyre.
That's cool.
So,
Very, very cool. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you for your service, for your dedication to the community, to the state of Texas. Steve, for going all over the country and finding the time to honor all of our first responders with some beautiful music and honoring our families, taking the dedication of doing those stair climbs and remembering our fallen. TK, you just, once again, an amazing coordinator in getting all these people together. Really making a difference.
Thank you all for making me look good.
Making a difference. I want to thank you both. And we appreciate you, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you guys for having us.
Anytime. Happy birthday,
Love you
America.
guys.
Happy birthday, America.
Yeah, happy
All right,
birthday,
we're gonna
Steve-O. He just had one.
Huh?
He just had a birthday.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. How old are you now? 65? 66?
27.
No.
I was gonna say,
I'm a year younger than you.
You're younger than me.
Yeah.
All right. How old are you?
I'll be 44 next month. I had to
Wow.
think about that. 15 years, something other than me. 1982.
1982.
July 23rd.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I know. God bless you. All right. Well, we're going to come back, and we got Chris Laundrie, United States Army veterans, going to be coming on right after this, and we'll do not leave because we got more to come.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Red lips, tied up curls, high heels, flag unfurled, Lone Star stitch on their seams. Sunday drives and freedom dreams. They roll up to the VA gate. Coffee cards, they're never late. Laugh lines, old stories glow. They salute, then steal the show. Hey! Battling Betty's of Texas. Country first in their hearts. Pin up smiles, standing at attention. Season waves, vintage art. For every soldier, every medic on call, every siren. In the dark of the fall, they bring hope, bring heat, bring charm. Like a hook, like a shield, like an arm.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Brake Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Brake Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
I'm David with Thunderbird Biker Supply, and I ride with the 99.
Hi, I'm Maria.
And I'm Misty. And we're with POF, and we ride with the 99.
Hey y'all, I'm Janie Balderas, and I ride with the 99.
Rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name. Get in the truck.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Happy
America.
birthday, America. 250 years strong, man, and we are continuing to roll and ride with our veterans and our first responders. I want to welcome Chris Reed. Chris, United States Army veteran, welcome to the show, brother. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me back.
You know, Chris, you've done so much since the last time. Give us a little background on what you've been up to.
So over the last few years, when you had me on, I had been working to build a kind of ruck movement, kind of out of Burleson is where I'm kind of living out of. So we've grown into now. I have a core group of guys who we've created a group called Team Rucket.
Now, for those,
Don't say ruckus.
for those who don't know, that are not in a veteran or first responder community that don't know what a ruck is, try to explain what a ruck is to somebody.
So a rucksack is basically an oversized backpack that everyone in the military gets issued, and for us grunts, we use it quite a bit. It's basically packing your house. You got all your change of clothes, your sleep system, ammo, water, you name it, it's in there. And so that's something that we did religiously and had to be very proficient at when I was in the infantry. And so I found that it was a really good outlet for me to kind of deal with some mental health stuff. So I can kind of go into how it started.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So about 4 or 5 years ago, another one of the guys who was on my fire team took his life. And it really was devastating to the point where I kind of collapsed and I didn't know what to do with myself. I mean, it was pretty bad. And I kind of just didn't know what to do. So I just wanted to get out of the house and clear my head. So, I looked around, grabbed my rucksack, and I just started walking. I didn't really have a plan. That's what I did. And so I did that for a few hours, put quite a few miles in. And after that, I was kind of calmed down and cleared my head. And I kind of put it away and I didn't do that for a while. But come Memorial Day, again, like about 4 years ago, it came time to retire one of my flags I fly in front of my yard every single day. And so I wanted to do something special to retire it. And so I took it down and wrote all the names of my buddies that got killed in Iraq and that we lost due to the war, to suicide. And then I asked everybody I knew what name could I put on there. And I was going to walk from my house all the way to downtown Burleson to the Veterans Memorial Plaza and just basically pay tribute. And I said, anybody who wants to join me can come, but I'm going to do this whether you come or not. And so I had 5 individuals come. And, we did the whole ceremony process, came back, and I was like, this needs to be a city event. This needs to be something that is known in the community to bring other veterans and like-minded individuals together to kind of pay respect and a tribute to soldiers past, present, and future. And so I reached out to the city of Burleson and I said, hey, this is what I did. I think you need to put effort to make this into a official city event. And they said, yeah, that's great. It's too close to 4th of July. I can't do it then. But why don't you head up and organize something for our Veterans Day event, and we'll give you some money. You can spend it however you like and promote it. And so that was about 4 years ago. And our last Veterans Day event, I was actually the guest speaker, and I had about 180 participants show up to that event. So it was definitely my largest one. So it's growing, but that's kind of the backstory of how this organization and these events kind of take place. We do 4 a year. We do one for Vietnam Veteran Remembrance Day. We do one for Memorial Day. And we got the 4th of July coming up this weekend. And of course, we do Veterans Day. And then we'll try and join other organizations and community events and do it as a team.
And support them.
Yeah, the biggest objective is really to network with veterans within our community, and again, get other people within the community with like-minded kind of viewpoints and bring people together for a common cause. So I've now met quite a number of veterans that I would have not known had I not started this, and we become great friends, and they're great resources outside of the events themselves.
And you connect with each other, you speak with each other, and that rucksack, though it is a sign of service when you're out there in the field, when you're doing your duties, that rucksack also has another meaning when it's on the back and you're walking. It's carrying the weight of another individual, your brother or your sister in arms. You're carrying their weight for them, right?
That's absolutely correct.
We have a individual out here, and actually the Air Power Museum right now is doing a walk for 22, and they did it in June. We got Zach Capel. We have Gabriel Joseph out there.
Through the stockyards too.
Yep. And his rucksack,
Huge.
I don't know. His rucksack is about 125 pounds.
It's huge.
Yeah, he carries that for miles
I don't
and
think I've
miles
seen
and
him
miles.
without that thing on.
No,
I've known him for a couple of years. I don't think he's ever taken it off.
He has walked the bridge with us. He walks the bridge in Rowlett. He walks the bridge in Fort Worth. He walks all over the place, carrying the weight of his brothers and sisters in arms on his back. And that's a symbolic thing. It shows that nobody is too heavy for us not to carry.
That's right.
Yeah,
they're always with us. That's part of it.
So when you put that ruck on, you feel those we've lost, those brothers and sisters we've lost in battle and to post-traumatic stress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I still have that flag in my rucksack. So every single event I've ever done, or even in training, just doing it, I have it with me, and I'm very conscious of that. That's the entire reason that I'm doing it. It also helps me zone out and kind of decompress and kind of refocus whenever I'm kind of stressed out. But it's also great exercise, which is also good for your mental health.
Exercise is great for your mental health. We all swirl around that rabbit hole every once in a while, and when we don't know what to do, get out of the house, breathe, walk, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D, get it out there.
Physical fitness is 100% affects your mental health. I've been, when I got out, I struggled pretty severely with alcoholism and PTSD and things like that. And, I got way out of shape from where I was being a grunt. And once I put a lot more focus in, physical fitness and things like that, I did notice a serious shift in my mood, my attitude, and things like that. And so then I put kind of more effort into it, and it kind of snowballed to where I am today. So, but it took a long time. It's an effort, and it's definitely not the end all be all for mental health.
No,
but it's an absolute, I think it's an absolute must for people to do something to get active.
Well, you learn, you are conditioned to taking care of other people.
Yeah.
And as first responders and veterans, we don't know how to take care of ourselves. And we feel selfish when we are taking care of ourselves.
It's hard to ask.
It's hard to ask for help, and we don't know. We're always giving.
So that was definitely my viewpoint for quite some time. And my kind of response to it is this, if I'm expected to take care of my family or take care of something at work or whatever you have, if I'm not in the right headspace, if I'm not, don't have the mental capacity to do it, then I'm not a benefit to anybody. So I am aware, and I've come to terms with, I have to make sure that I do focus on myself. It's not selfish, because if I don't, others will suffer in some way.
Right.
Or it's just going to compound on top of myself until I hit some sort of breaking point. And then, you know, it's,
See, I find
it's
selfish
too far gone.
when you don't take care of yourself in a way. When you just, I'm just not going to do anything and just kind of let it all go. To me, that seems more like, because you're not caring.
You know how hard it is, though, for somebody who's conditioned in or drilled, no matter how many years you've done in the military or in first responder, you're drilled into always serving. So it's so difficult
To go, I'm going to do something for
yes,
me.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is
a
one of the
positive thing for you.
It's one of the hardest things to do. And every first responder and veteran out there wishes they were able to do that. You know, but it's a hard transition.
Yeah.
And you know, you do feel selfish. You feel like, oh my God, I'm not supposed to be taking that nap. I'm not, you know, I'm wasting time.
Something.
Right.
It's a mentality thing that you really have to have a conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
And you hear this expression, I would do anything for my family. It's like, well, what does that really mean? Would you really do anything? Would you eat better for your family so you'd be a little bit more, you know, you'd be around a little bit more? Would you be healthy, be fit so you can stay a couple extra years for your son, for your daughter, for your wife?
Right.
Would you do that to make sure that you're physically fit and capable enough to protect those people? I mean, if you love your family like you say you do, you need to kind of think about that.
And be there.
You know, if that's truly your priority, which I don't doubt that when somebody says that they mean it, but they really need to think about what that means.
It's hard to put that first foot forward.
Yeah,
first
it
step
is
the hardest.
Conditioning yourself and getting into that mindset is extremely difficult. But when you try to break it down into smaller components, let's say, for instance, I'm going to go back to physical fitness. What I tell everybody is, if you want to make a change, stay dedicated for at least 3 weeks. And after that 3 weeks, habits start to build. And I found out that after 3-4 weeks of doing something, if I try to break that, I kind of get anxious or something. It's the same thing with me going to the gym. So obviously
It becomes habit.
Yeah, it becomes habit and becomes part of who you are, and it gets easier. It's by no means, you know, super easy, but you have to make an effort to kind of build new routines and stick with them. And over time, in a relatively short amount of time, it'll become a routine and it's easier to do.
Then you'll feel
21
guilty.
days, you can start breaking habits or
Right,
building
21
habits.
Yeah. Because then if you don't go, you'll feel guilty about not going to the gym.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Or I get super antsy. If I miss more than a week, I'm amped up. I'm like, I got to get out of here.
I'm amped up. I've missed
How many years?
3 years of the gym. I got a gym membership. I really do. I got a gym membership.
Hey, that's a start.
And so I pass the gym every
So
day.
you're
I
paying
do.
that light bill and not going.
I do pass the gym every day, and I wave to it. And I say, "Hey, how you doing? I'll be in soon."
I sit up out of bed every day.
Yeah. But it's so true. It's a hard thing to do, but it's rewarding at the end. And 21 days is not a lot to get that
start to
ball
form
rolling.
new positive habits.
Yeah.
But with the mentality of this is not there's not something at the finish line. This is just your new life now.
But
Like,
so
too many
there is-
people,
there actually
too many
is something
people
at the
are
finish line.
are like saying, "Well, once I get to this point, I'm good." No, it's a lifestyle change. It's supposed to be positive.
Yeah.
That's something you should try to carry yourself through for the rest of your life. And this is strictly for, you know, I'm talking about physical fitness.
Of course.
But it's just connected to so many good things that I really try to push for it because, again, when I was struggling severely with mental health issues, I noticed that when I put more priority towards it, it was an immense help. Again, it's not the end all be all, but it's a huge help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the Rook that you guys are doing, if you didn't stay fit, if you didn't keep going, those 180 people that show up for the Rook would be lost.
Yeah,
They count on that.
Yeah, I have lots of people come up to me and I've never met. Thank you for putting this on. I've met people that I wouldn't have otherwise. You know, I look forward to these types of things. They're extremely motivating. You know, it's not like I hear it's life changing, but it gets to people again exposed to others with the same mindset and building, a stronger community sense of purpose and things like that.
Well, it's great that Burleson jumped on board.
Yeah,
More
they've
community-
been
more
very
communities should
supportive,
jump on board.
Very supportive of doing the Veterans Day event for sure, and I let them know whenever I'm doing these other events. But I run it completely on my own with Team Rucket, so they're not involved except for the Veterans Day event, and I'm fine with that because it requires a lot of planning and a lot of sponsors.
I just want to give a big shout out to Pete Colley, Councilman Pete Colley in the UK.
He's in the
Was it?
UK. He's
Is there an event this week for the dress up? Is there?
What?
Listen, all right. See, he's in the UK. We'll give him a little. We'll give him a little. It's America's 250th birthday, Pete. All right.
Brits.
Those damn Brits.
Brits.
You're a council person or council son. Yeah. Speaking about Pete Colley, once again, he was Stitch. He is a first responder as well as giving so much back to the UK community by feeding homeless, by they're homeless.
Walk the Bridge too?
Walk the Bridge in the UK. When we do Walk the Bridge every month, the third Sunday of every month.
Got it in the UK.
He does it in the UK, and either he's walking with a crowd or he's walking by himself, but he's making that dedication and making that effort and not the excuse to get out there and just show people that we still care. We still remember. We're still, got our brothers and sisters' backs. So thank you, Pete, for everything you do.
We'll forgive you.
You better fly that American flag at your house.
Yeah.
Oh, England won?
Yep.
All right. Hey, there you go. England won. Congratulations, Pete. Yeah, USA's playing today too, right?
We get off,
They're
7
playing in
o'clock.
California. 7 o'clock?
Mhm.
Go
We get
USA. Yeah, they always cheer. Tamundo! Goal! Oh, yeah. So tell us a little bit about your background. Chris, you served in the United States Army, deployed?
Yes. I joined the Army in 2003, July 1st, 2003, my first day in the Army. Infantry, of course. I couldn't imagine doing any other job than the infantry. It was something I always kind of wanted to do growing up, but just the idea of, if I don't go and be on the front lines and do the hard stuff, somebody else will.
It's like Travis Mannion, man. If I don't, who will?
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine it. And growing up in Texas and hunting and camping and doing all the things, like it was just kind of natural. That's just what I wanted to do. I was in for 6 years. I got out in 2009, but in that time, I deployed to Iraq. First time was 04 to 05. First time I ever saw combat was Operation Phantom Fury, and for those of you know, that's the big Fallujah battle. Got attached to the 1st Marine Division and got injured, but eventually came back and then worked Mosul for quite a bit, and that was pretty out of control. Came back to Lewis, redeployed to Germany. Our entire division moved to Germany. And I was there for about a year and a half, and then we deployed again to Iraq again for a 15-month deployment.
Ooh.
And the main area of operations that we worked in was Sadr City, and so then I ended up fighting in the big Sadr City battle. And those who don't know that, back in 2008, that's the largest battle of GWAT. So I like to think that I've tried to run numbers, so when I say this, I believe it's accurate. I'm one of a few hundred across the entire military to fight the two largest largest battles of GWAT, Phantom Fury and Sadr City 08. And I only say that just to kind of bring attention to the guys that served. I didn't do anything super heroic. I was just like every other grunt. I just was there doing my job. But I would like our story to get out. And for people to know about what those men did, and especially the men that we lost. Got out, had a really hard time in the civilian world. When I was getting out, you go through the outboarding process, and like you can go through medical and do all this and that. And I just wanted to be left alone. So I didn't claim anything. I just leave me alone, get out. So I got out, tried to go to college. I ended up dropping out of college for the second time. I tried it before I joined in. So dropped out of college for the second time. met an amazing woman who took in a broken man and did her damnedest to fix me and did a great job. Been together for 16 years now.
I was waiting for him to do what Shannon did. I lost my my husband
to divorce.
The divorce. I was just waiting for that to come out.
No.
I made an amazing woman, supportive and everything, but I lost her to divorce.
I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't make it easy on her, but she stuck it through and was pretty stern. But she's amazing. But she found, I got a job working for the railroad, moving freight. So now I'm a 2-time college dropout, making 6 figures. So that was awesome.
All right.
So I did that for 10. I did that for 10 years, and then
you want to move over?
I did that for 10 years, and then got out. My feet and ankles were collapsing due to my time in service. So I was actually about to be crippled and in a wheelchair, and I had 3 major reconstructive surgeries on my feet and ankles. I got titanium in there, and all sorts of bone was removed, and all that good stuff.
Club.
So those 3 surgeries ended up, taking me out for 2 years, and I realized I wasn't going to be able to go back to the railroad, which was going to be my career. So I tried to figure out, well, how can I make, really good money and not have to be physically demanding? And so the VA was running a program called Vet Tech, and I'm not sure if they're still doing it now. They might.
Yes.
And it's where they'll take veterans through Chapter 30 program, and you go to school for IT stuff.
Yeah.
And so I did that for about a year and a half. And then I ended up getting a call in like my 9th class from a buddy telling me to submit a resume. And so I had to put a resume together on the spot, submitted it. And they offered me a position right then and there, basically the next day, at an hourly rate that I kind of couldn't say no to, for not knowing anything, for being, a cherry in the IT world. And so I was like, okay, well, that's what I'm
going to get off Pornhub.
So I dropped, and said, all right, I'm out of the program, and started working in oil and gas, doing IT stuff. And, that was the first time I had worked and been out of the house in 2 years. Wow. So I'm like super motivated. I'm like the perfect employee. I'm showing up on time. I got a shitting grin on my face. I'm like, man,
people looking at you like, what are you so fucking happy about?
I'm fucking happy to be here. This is fantastic. What are we going to do today? So I was like taking stuff over. So, the exec saw that, and I got an offer for full-time employment, and I got to negotiate my salary. So that went up, and did that for 3 months. Same thing, super motivated, and then I got approached again and said, hey, we need a project manager. There's a lot of stuff going on. We don't have one. I know your military background. I see your work ethic. I can't give you a promotion because you just got a raise and you don't know shit. And I was like, okay. And so I was thinking about it. And at the time I was working in downtown Fort Worth at the 777 building, where that is off of Main. And I was like, I'll tell you what, I want my own private window office. And I'll say yes. And they said, you start today. And I was like, all right. And the first project I ever did was a $1 billion merger with another company. And so I had to work with 50 different SMEs from 5 different companies to help the IT portion of this massive merger. And I had never opened an Excel spreadsheet until that
fake
project.
it till you make it.
And
man.
I attacked it the way I would. And this is the honest truth. If we were going to snatch somebody up, so I thought of it as there was a target packet. Okay, this is where we want to go. How do we get there from those steps? So I'd break everybody down into teams. You had phase lines with objectives that we had to do. All this stuff had to be coordinated. Everybody had to be able to talk to each other. If this happens, what's our contingency? So I literally ran it like an operation. Like we would in Iraq. That's exactly how I did it. And I was like, and it worked. And
I could see his boss coming in going, Chris, I love what you're doing, but you can't throw grenades in the office to clear the room.
Doing barrel rolls out of the office.
I think not dropping F-bombs was definitely one of the hardest things not to do when I was running meetings. But I mean, I was easily the dumbest person in the room, but I had great leadership. I had amazing coworkers that were helping me out through the whole process, and it was just I mean, it was just freaking awesome.
Fantastic.
And that was almost 4 years ago, almost. And I've brought on multiple companies since then, and I've run, really, 7, 8, 9 figure projects since, as a 2-time college dropout that was able to get certifications in the IT course. I just figured out how to play the game,
how to play the game,
leverage,
so and as long as you don't dump over any garbage cans at a Knicks thing and lose a $300,000 job, you'll be all right.
I saw
you'll
that,
be okay,
man. I saw that. That was wild.
DEI hire. She's working for JP Morgan and Chase. Goes to the Knicks, dumps over a garbage can.
It matches my outfit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that.
And stole it. So if you want to lose a $300,000 job in an office window, just do that.
What I would want the viewers and listeners to get out of that is this idea that I can't do something, or I don't have a college degree, or you didn't make the military work for you in a way, in the civilian world. I think that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that because I'm an example of it. Now, there was absolutely, I got lucky in a couple aspects, but I set myself up to be able to put myself in those positions. So those who are not in college, or who want to, learn a trade or utilize the VA system out when you're on the outside, like, I strongly encourage you to take advantage of that and make it, utilize those resources to better your situation. Because I've had to change careers. I got out of the Army. That was my first career. I tried to do the railroad thing. I did that for 10 years. I thought that was my permanent career. I had to pivot. So I went from transportation into IT, which is completely different. And, hopefully I can stay around here because I absolutely love my job. I love the people I work with. I hope that this is going to be it. But if not,
well,
I know that I can pivot and
friends pivot
and work it to my advantage.
Well, adapt and overcome, right?
That's right. So these excuses that people make is just bullshit. When I got out, I worked at a car wash making $10 an hour when I got out of the Army.
I'm just thinking that song is
working at the car. And for a short time, I drove an armored car. So, I did not have much. I think I was making $9 an hour at that point. So I didn't like my situation, and my girlfriend, who's now my wife, was not happy about it either. So she put me in a position that constantly elevated me. And she pushed me, and she supported
ramen
me.
Noodles again.
So
you gotta do.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, it does help having a strong woman behind you. I will give you that. So,
well, God bless you, Chris. The next ruck is July 4th. How can people get there and join up, and where is it?
So I after this set is over, I'll put in the information. I'll post the flyer. But if you're listening now, it's going to be in Burleson at Bailey Lake by the pavilion, right across from the Windmiller building. You need to show up. I would request you show up at 6 a.m. and from 6 to 7 is specifically for networking. We don't do anything but sit and talk. Because when we're doing the ruck, people are focused or doing other things, or there's a lot of people, so you don't get to talk to everybody. So a big portion of why I do this again is for veterans and like-minded individuals to get together and find out who's in your community. Have veterans find each other.
Yep.
So from 6 to 7 is just networking. At 7 o'clock, we're going to step off, and it's about a 4-mile route. There is a break off point if people get too tired or they want to. There's a parade that's going to happen in Burleson at 9, which we will be finished before then. But if people want to break off or they get to whatever it is, they can do that. But it's 4 miles, and
it's doable.
If you haven't gone to one of these, I highly encourage you to show up. Everyone is welcome. We go slow. It's like a 19-20 minute mile pace. So whether you're a super stud or your mom with a stroller, everyone, the idea is to stay together. It is not a race. If
you're a super stud with a stroller, you can stay.
There you go. It's not to break anybody off. It's just to keep everybody together and do something as a team.
100%. Well, Chris, thank you so much. Give me that flyer.
Absolutely.
We will post that up on our page and on our website so people can see it. Want to thank you so much for joining us here on the 99 again. You are welcome anytime. You're part of the 99 family. And we will try to get out to one of those rucks and take some video of it and show our listeners.
Man, that would be awesome. That Veterans Day is going to be the next one, but I'm sure you guys are going to get pulled in every single direction. But again, we host.
We definitely do it.
We host 4 a year. I'll give you that information as well. I'll give you the group page that we had that we post all the information publicly about all the events. So I'll give you all the information. I appreciate it. July 4th, 6 o'clock, Burleson at the Bailey Lake Pavilion.
And if you want to bring on some of those veterans after the ruck on one of the shows, you want to bring on some of your veteran buddies?
Oh, that's too easy.
Oh, bring them on, man. Bring them on. We're going to
bring
support
on the
them.
man.
Bring them on.
What?
What? All right, brother, thank you very much. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Billy Ball and Hempin' Hounds with a little patriotic tune, and then we're going to be bringing on the Mongolog. Stay tuned. It's going to get crazy.
Your bike turns heads. Your gear should too. Milwaukee Motorcycle Clothing Company has classic leathers and bold new designs you won't find anywhere else. Shop top brands plus exclusive MMCC originals. Right now, our listeners get 20% off their entire order. Use promo code 99%. Visit MilwaukeeMotorcycleClothing.com today.
April Williams Moore is a veteran, mother, and committed education advocate who will bring both lived experience and data-driven leadership to the State Board of Education District 13. As a military veteran and a parent, she understands the importance of structure, accountability, and opportunity, and how education shapes long-term outcomes for families and communities. With a master's degree focused on analyzing data and identifying solutions, April is skilled at examining student outcomes, identifying gaps, and developing practical strategies that lead to real improvement. She is committed to using data responsibly, not as a weapon against teachers, but as a tool to strengthen instruction, improve curriculum decisions, and inform policies that truly support educators in the classroom. Guided by service, collaboration, and common sense, April is focused on policies that uplift teachers, close achievement gaps, and ensure every student in District 13 has access to a high-quality education. Her combination of service, scholarship, and advocacy makes her a strong and trusted voice for students, educators.
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell, with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Biker Wolfpack Law is a division of Glenn Larson Law Injury Attorneys, which is my firm. What's different about Biker Wolfpack Law is it's a community-based, event-based connection component to make sure that motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
One of our big events is we do ASM classes, which are accident scene management classes, which are put on with the Road Guardians, group of riders that are usually EMTs, doctors, nurses, that also ride. And so they know what can happen when you're out there by yourself. And so it's a very intense class, like how to do tourniquets, how to get a helmet off of a person without hurting their neck more, how to get somebody out of the middle of the road. We do those a couple times a year, and the more safe riders are out there, the better it is.
The second division and component of Biker Wolfpack Law is to sponsor local musicians at bike nights or other community events that involve motorcyclists, but also just the community as a whole. And then third is larger charity organization events or rides to get out in the fresh air and have some fun. What I love most about representing bikers and motorcyclists across the great state of Texas is really one thing. It's about hearing the story. It's about going to motorcycle events, constantly meeting new people and making new connections. One of the reasons why I started Biker Wolfpack Law was to defeat and counteract many of the biases that are out there that, quote, motorcyclists are just dangerous. Make sure that motorcyclists are seen as exactly who they are, very hardworking, very responsible, and very dedicated individuals that deserve the justice that they need.
Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
We just wanted to let you know we're on the High Seas Rally, and it's very lonesome here at the bar without you. But Gary and
It's made up for it.
Has made up for it, and we just want to say, we ride with the 99. We miss y'all. We love you.
Yeah.
Come to Shotzi's July 25 tiki party in Keller tonight. Beers and Betty's on the sand colored floor. Smiles in the door and the flags on the wall. Madeline Betty's a Texas ride. Pin-ups with purpose. All North Texas, can you hear that call? We're standing proud, we're standing tall. For every veteran in the room, we lift that cheer in like the bloom. Aloha, veterans, roll call, roll call. Aloha, veterans, we rise for one and all. Happy hour, hands up high, North Texas shining in your eyes. Aloha, veterans, roll call, roll call. Ice in the cooler, boots at the gate, big old grins, and we're running it straight. Battling Betty's wave from the bar, stars on their hearts and stars in the jar. Every old story, every hard mile gets a loud thank you, gets a fresh smile. Texas rocks with a tiki sway. We're here to honor you today. North Texas, can you hear that call? We're standing proud, we're standing tall. For every veteran in the room, we lift that cheer and light the bloom. Aloha, veterans, roll call, roll call. Aloha, veterans, we rise for one and all. Happy hour, hands up high, North Texas shining
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Happy birthday, America. 250 years. Welcome, Billy Ball with Hemp and Hounds.
Hello, how y'all doing? How you doing?
The stars are bright on your head.
Hey man, first off, to John Salerno specifically, I want to wish you a happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah, you don't know about Bobby Bonilla?
No.
Bobby
He's
Boucher.
the Mets.
Oh, Bobby Bonilla from the Mets. Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
ones that gets paid a whole bunch of
Money?
millions every July 1st because his agent was amazing. But every July 1st from 2011 to 2035, the Mets have to pay Bobby Bonilla it's like 3.6 or
So
$6
why is that
million.
happy for me then?
Well, because I know you're a Mets fan, honey.
But yeah, I'm
I
not getting that
know.
money. I'm
I
not
know
getting,
you're a Mets
Well,
fan.
if Bobby
I
Bonilla
mean,
wants to
oh
throw
my
some of that
God.
money, then I'll be more than happy to celebrate his day.
But there's also like a Madoff connection with all that and everything. It's just great. But yeah, he gets paid a whole bunch of money for doing absolutely nothing except having a great manager.
I
So
need a job like that. I need
Go
Bobby
Mets!
Bonilla as manager.
Go Mets. Go Mets. But no, I wanted to come in and talk to y'all about something kind of exciting. I'm all sweaty. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
It's 110 degrees.
It's like a
outside.
Brazilian degrees in the menopause. But anyway, something kind of really cool that happened within the Texas cannabis space. You know, we have our teacup, right? Like it's a Texas Compassionate Use Program to where you can go to a doctor, and it's really expanded here lately to where there's a lot of things you can go get medicinal cannabis for here in the state of Texas. You can't smoke it. You can't do anything fun with it, but they'll give you a low dosage product if you have the conditions that
You qualify.
that you qualify for, right? So that's all great, right? Like they've really expanded it lately. It used to be where like if you had terminal cancer and you were going to die, Texas is like, here you go, smoke some pot. But actually you can't smoke it, but they'd give you a little bit. But it's really opened up to help veterans a whole lot more this last session, which is great. Another great thing that has recently happened, and I'm talking within the last 2 weeks, is the Supreme Court has opened it up to where it used to be if you had a medicinal marijuana card here in the state of Texas, you could not be a registered gun owner.
Really?
Your Second Amendment rights were taken away from you. So you had to choose, do I want to be a card? Right. Exactly, Pitbull. You had to choose, do I want to feel healthy without the 20,000 pills that they want to give me and carry legally, or vice versa? So
I
what
didn't
did you
know
want to
that.
do?
So
Yes.
if you held a medical marijuana card, you could not carry?
Correct. Isn't that crazy from 2008?
Wow.
Yes. Correct, because obviously all these people who are like, oh, there need to be, when you go to buy a gun, there are checks. If it's a legitimate place, there are checks. I'm not talking about Kevin from behind the 7-Eleven. I'm talking about
Kevin.
I'm talking about actual places where you go and you fill out that paperwork and you are a law-abiding citizen. For the most part, we all do things, but you're a law-abiding citizen. If there are things on there that ask you about consuming illegal substances.
Wow.
And even if you were a card-carrying medical patient in the state of Texas, they would say, no, you have to pick one or the other. But recently, it was 2 weeks ago, so excited. And it was actually a man from North Texas that started this lawsuit that says, hey, this is some BS. Because again, when you go to purchase a handgun, there's a questionnaire that you fill out, contrary to what some people want to say. And you have to, there are questions. Do you
Right.
take any illicit drugs? Well, if cannabis is a prescription, it's not an illicit drug anymore.
Correct.
So you cannot use that anymore. But on the same token, I can leave here and go buy a 6-pack of liters of booze and maybe go pick up some Coke from someone from behind the 7-Eleven and do all that. And I can still legally, yeah.
Which 7-Eleven are you going to? I want to go there.
Fuck Kevin and fuck 7-Eleven. No, but you can, and it's going to be okay. But if you are legally have a card that says I'm allowed to use this low dosage cannabis in the state of Texas, you used to be not allowed to have a concealed carry. And let's face it, this is Texas.
But you know what gets me on that, and this is where I think the Supreme Court did definitely make the right decision, because if you say you have anxiety and you are prescribed Zoloft or an antidepressant
Correct.
drug, right? You're still taking a prescription medication supplied by your doctor, right? You could carry a weapon. You can go and get a handgun license or purchase a firearm. But they're trying to keep it away from the medical marijuana. I don't see the difference between medical marijuana or a prescription pill that your doctor prescribes you.
Well, exactly. Like there was this great guy, Trey Gowdy. He's all over the place, and he had it wasn't Trey Gowdy, but it was with Trey Gowdy. But it was like no one's going to go smoke a joint and then go beat their wives or rob a 7-Eleven. You know, it's not because Kevin's there, and so that's not going to happen. And they just really want to keep continuing to demonize this plant and try to take away rights. But this is a huge thing. It wasn't just this gentleman from North Texas doing this. It's a Supreme Court thing that was like, hey, This is a Supreme Court decision. This is what's going to happen. Just basically they're saying unless your consumption is a problem, there's no need for it to be a felony. And I made some notes just to make sure I'm not misspeaking to myself, but come on, fingers.
I see Oscar on there. Hi, Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. Oscar was he was blessed by being able to go to Dallas Stadium, AT&T Stadium.
Oh, nice.
He was part of the security team for the World Cup, and he's got some upcoming feature films planned. So keep an eye out for Oscar, man. He's going to be on some of these. I think he's doing some SAG films and everything else. Yeah. Oscar's moving up in the world. And hey, Judy Lamb, thank you. Strong. She gave you that little sign.
Yes.
Where is it? Judy, Pipple got her sign, and your sign for kindness is up here on the board as well.
People just need a high five in the head.
Right in the face, baby. But so anyway, the ruling, my notes real quick. The ruling, the justices found that classifying any marijuana user as a categorically prohibited person for gun ownership was unconstitutional under the Second Amendment. Yep. No blanket bans. The government cannot automatically charge someone with illegal firearm possession based only on regular marijuana consumption. Like you can't just be like, yeah, and you can't do that without providing individualized proof that the individual's drug use possesses a danger to themselves or others. And active intoxication, of course, it's just like alcohol. Don't go out there and be stupid and drive. But for the most part, cannabis users don't do that.
Right.
Like they're,
they sit home on a couch, eat potato chips, and watch Bluey.
And exactly. And when we do go out, we just want to be left alone and look at stuff and be like, hey, how you doing? It's all good. And background checks. Historically, the Bureau of ATF and Explosive required buyers to answer yes or no to an unlawful substance query, question 221F on the ATF form, denying sales to cannabis users. Following the ruling, federal agencies and local permit issuers are expected to update the guidance to ensure Second Amendment rights are not infringed for state legal marijuana consumers. So that's it's huge. It is absolutely huge. There were so many people that I used to talk to who are like, I'm not going to give up my Second Amendment right so I can have this medicine legally. And it's that whole like legally thing, like legally. So I'm so happy about that.
Oh, I tell you that, and for everybody pass that knowledge along. Billy, thank you for always keeping up on our laws here in Texas and throughout the country. I know you and Russell are always fighting for the rights of our cannabis users, and it's because you know what, we need to be taking off big farmers' payroll, and hemp has many medical documented medical healing products,
and not just like, remember, hemp and cannabis, two separate things. Hemp is legal federally. You should be able to just go get any hemp products you want. Cannabis is legal state to state, but this really helps open doors for all that. But hemp, they're not ever going to be like, oh, hemp is great, because again, you can build this table from it, this building from it, a plane, a house, right. Soft fabrics. You can heal people with it. You can make fuel, food, bedding. So it's never going to be out there, because I love it. There's a lot of people who love it, and I'm on the opposite side of ideology from people who are supposed to like it. So it's just a hard row to go down. But this right here, a North Texas man, successfully went all the way to the Supreme Court and got this handed down to where now, if you're in Texas or anywhere, your Second Amendment rights will not be affected by you using the state's legal product. And again, I always tell people, if you can get on the state's program and you are allowed to have THC in your system, then please go see Kevin behind the 7-Eleven and get some actual good stuff, and just add to your diet of it. And if anyone has any questions, of course, you can always private message me and just let me know if you have any questions on what I can do for you.
Billy, thank you so much. Man, the Supreme Court, thank you for passing that ruling. 250 years.
And it was a unanimous decision, too. Unanimous.
Patriotic pride right there with our cannabis. Yes. All right, we're going to take a quick, let's roll right into it. Let's roll right into Mongo. Let's talk about patriotism. And I know he's got an amazing Mongo log coming up. So without further ado, let's bring on the Mongo log.
Santa Maria! Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo.
Hey, welcome, Mongo.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. How's it going, brother?
It's going well. It's going good.
You hear that little state law that came across from the state Supreme Court? What do you think about that? Did you know about that, or have you had any clue that with the medical marijuana card that you could not have a firearm?
Yeah, I was kind of aware of that part of it. I didn't know that Texas was doing anything about it, but yeah, it's kind of like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it the same in California?
Now, are you kidding me?
All right, sorry.
Actually, in California, they really want to restrict even retired law enforcement from carrying weapons. You can carry a bale of marijuana. They don't care. But if you got a gun with more than 8 bullets in it, you're going to jail.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
but my gun identifies as a water pistol.
My gun identifies as 8 pounds of marijuana.
Hey, out in California, like I'm sure Mongo, you've probably heard about this, the Emerald Triangle. I mean, that's no place to be reckoned with, right? Like it's supposed to be like the just a beautiful place where they grow all the cannabis, but there have been so many people who've gone into there and have died and have not come back out.
Murder Mountain.
Yeah, Murder Mountain. That's it. Exactly.
Is that what it is?
This podcast.
They pay women. They used to pay women to come cut up bud more than men if they would do it topless, and even more if you would do it naked.
And then, like the families wouldn't hear from them for a while, then they
exactly
because they'd kill them and put them in the woods.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh yeah. Murder Mountain.
Murder Mountain.
Yay, go Cali.
Oh man. Well, I know that's not what your Mongo log's about. Your Mongo log's about something amazing. Don't burn your fingers on the grill. So without further ado, let's bring on the famous Mongo log.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, America 250. As the United States approaches 250 years of independence, there's much to celebrate from our past, a quarter millennium of American exceptionalism filled with larger-than-life heroes, thrilling victories, and unyielding resolve in times of struggle. With a single sheet of parchment and 56 signatures, America began the greatest political journey in human history. This year, the United States is celebrating its 250th anniversary as an independent nation. This anniversary is an opportunity for reflection, community engagement, and a celebration of our nation's history and achievements. This anniversary isn't just about dates and documents, however. It's about people, places, and stories, millions of them. The list of actual Americans, events, places, and crossroads is long. Too long, in fact, for me to even skim the surface here. These events can literally fill books, and they actually do. They're called textbooks. Original colonists came to America primarily for religious freedom, economic opportunities, and the chance to own land. Many colonists faced poverty and limited prospects in Europe. Additionally, some sought a new life away from the constraints of European society. Our country's story is about how a group of colonists came together in a completely unexplored land and declared independence from a monarchy that they had always known. In 1775, few colonies stood a chance of victory against Great Britain. The British were worldwide and had the largest navy, a well-trained army, money and resources from global trade and taxation. They also had extensive experience fighting large-scale conflicts across Europe and their far-reaching empire. The American colonies, by comparison, were loosely united under a newly formed Continental Congress that had little real authority. They lacked a standing army or a navy and relied heavily on local militias, volunteer soldiers with little training and short-term service commitments. The colonists often lacked supplies, disagreed among themselves, and were divided between those loyal to Britain and those fighting for independence. Without going into a history lesson that we all should already know from either lessons in school books, movies, or crib notes, the colonial guerrilla army ultimately defeated the largest and most well-trained army in the world. The colonies accepted the British surrender after the Battle of Yorktown in 1781. And yes, I know we received help from France towards the end of the war, when it looked like the colonies actually would succeed in defeating the British. Thanks, France. You really took a chance with that one. The first generation of American patriots faced down the greatest empire on earth with a ragtag army of farmer soldiers. Their grandchildren later fought a bloody civil war that decimated this young nation. Then they stitched it back together again. These moments in time set a course for the country that we live in now. The United States has changed a great deal over the past 2.5 centuries. One lesson of history that every generation helps to shape what comes next. Each generation hopefully takes lessons learned and passed down from the previous generations. Some lessons are success stories and some are failures. America's 250th is not just a moment to look backwards, it's also a moment to look forward. It invites people of all ages to consider the following question: what kind of America are we building together, and how can each of us help to shape its future? There are way too many American achievements for me to list in a limited amount of space that I've been given from my monologue, but I will list a few. In 1808, Noah Webster published the American Dictionary declaring an American separation from our British roots. In 1903, the Wright brothers achieved 12 seconds of flight over the dunes of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. In 1908, Henry Ford introduced the Model T. His innovative assembly line process of vehicle production made vehicle ownership within the reach of millions of Americans. Although today their numbers are dwindling, we still have living legends among us who liberated Europe from Nazi tyranny and defeated Imperial Japan. They returned from war and started families and then built the most prosperous society in human history. As if that wasn't enough, America went on and ultimately destroyed the great evil of Soviet communism. We may have lost the race to space, but we were the first ones to plant a flag on the moon. Finishing second at anything has always made us try harder and not let that happen again, and to be the first and best at everything. Now here's a little nostalgia and pop culture for the older listeners today. There's an introduction to a TV sports program that we all watched and are now able to envision in our mind's eyes as I say this. It's part of American pop culture that viewers were reminded of every weekend starting in 1969 on ABC's Wide World of Sports with Jim McKay's iconic introduction, spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sports and what lay ahead, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Now I know after hearing those words, many of you envision that poor ski jumper falling off that ski ramp one more time. For those of you young pups out there, well, you all miss a decent sports variety show. Remember, life like sporting contest is an ongoing and constant event. Sometimes you're only a spectator, sometimes you're on the podium getting a medal, and sometimes you're that poor guy crashing on the ski jump ramp. By marking 250 years of American history, we recognize both the challenges and the achievements that brought us here. We remind ourselves that history is not something that's finished and stored away. It's constantly evolving and ongoing. It's something that we must each continue to write every day. Our short history hasn't always been a $5 milkshake. There's also been way too many dark periods. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We've done some shameful and boneheaded things to our citizens throughout our history. I'll leave our shady international activities out and leave those for another monologue in the future. Some of the shameful activities in U.S. history include slavery. No excuses here, but we were following the rest of the world's lead, and we were wrong. The Trail of Tears, which was forced relocation of Native Americans from their ancestral lands, resulting in suffering and death. The Dred Scott decision, which was the Supreme Court's ruling in 1857 that denied citizenship to African Americans and upheld slavery. The Plessy versus Ferguson ruling, which upheld racial segregation. These events reflect significant injustices and failures in the pursuit of equality and justice. I can literally fill a textbook with the boners committed under the banner of American progress and justice for all. I don't want to bore you like a sixth grade teacher reading from an approved lesson plan, so you'll have to look these up on your own. These milestones and events just mentioned reflect a small sampling of the United States and its at time painful and ongoing journey towards fulfilling the ideals set forth in the Declaration of Independence. Honestly, I can't do justice to our American journey. There are just so many events, people, stories, and locations. It's like trying to select your favorite child among several siblings. History is the foundation of American society. While other nations are bound together by ethnicity, language, or religion, America has always been united under first and foremost a shared understanding of its past, the stories we tell about ourselves, and the heroes we choose to honor. The story of the United States is one of bold ideas, intense struggles, and defining moments. From our humble colonial beginnings to our status as a global leader, American history is both inspiring and complex. These stories are all that matter. They shape how we Americans see ourselves, what we believe is possible, and what we're willing to do and fight and die for. When these stories are distorted or erased, our cultural glue that binds our nation together begins to dissolve. Our responsibility must be to the renewed commitment to truth. That means teaching the next generation about the courage of George Washington, the vision of Thomas Jefferson, the resolve of Abraham Lincoln, and the leadership of Theodore Roosevelt. It means honoring the Americans who stormed the beaches of Normandy, who walked on the moon, and built the most beautiful economy the world has ever known. This effort cannot be confined to classrooms alone. Parents and grandparents must take ownership of this responsibility. In closing, some key eras that shaped our nation are the American Revolution, the Civil War, our industrial growth, both world wars, and the Cold War. Whether you're a history enthusiast or just curious about how the U.S. became today's world power, there are countless sources to read about U.S. history. Our journey, albeit short, in comparison to the rest of the civilized world, is a journey that is full of courage, success, and some setbacks along the way. At its core, the American experiment has always rested on the simple promise that hard work and personal responsibility will be rewarded with opportunity and upward mobility. In Ronald Reagan's farewell address to the nation, he warned, if we forget what we did, we won't know who we are. He posed a question back then that has become even more urgent today. Are we doing a good enough job teaching our children what America is and what she represents in the long history of the world? Happy birthday to the greatest nation in the world, and may God continue to bless the USA. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. So Mongo is out, and now back to you in the studio.
Woo! Man, still going through puberty, I see.
California will do that too.
Puberty and patriotism, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
I started tearing up at the end.
America.
Well, you know what? That was an emotional monologue, man. But every point was so true. And I'll tell you, when you brought up that scare and the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, I don't know if there's anybody out there that remembers that, but if that brought me back so much to my childhood, seeing that every week.
I'm seeing him tumble down that mountain on the skis right now.
Absolutely. You can picture exactly how it happened.
Yep. That's something that's ingrained in many Americans' minds. And when you're talking about teaching our children what this country is built on, our teachers are, and it's not even our teachers, because our teachers are being told what to teach. It's our school boards that are removing our nation's history from the school curriculum, and these kids don't have a clue. Many of them don't even know about 9/11. You know, because they failed to teach it.
Yeah. That's actually very shameful right there.
You know,
They don't know that 2 + 2 = 4, but they know there's 80 pronouns and different things you can be. That's important.
They can name all the characters on MTV's whatever freaking show they watch on MTV.
Yeah, it's you know, do you think we'll ever get back to where we were, to those Ronald Reagan days, to those days where American came together as with pride?
You know, it's unfortunately we can, but I think it's going to take another event similar to 9/11 for that to happen, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It is, you know, it's sad that we are celebrating, you know, when the bicentennial in 1976, this country celebrated together. God bless you.
Thank you.
This country celebrated together from coast to coast, celebrating the bicentennial and the birth of America. And we should be even more proud today on the 250th year.
And real quick, y'all know last month was Pride Month. I just discovered this because, you know, I'm a disabled old person. This month is Disability Pride Month. And there's a whole new stupid ass flag and set of rules you got to follow for that. We'll get into that next week, but it is absolutely disgusting.
What does the flag look like? Like a leg on it?
Disability Pride Month.
Excuse me. Don't dismember me like that. Don't dismember me like that. Okay.
Celebrated.
Don't dismember me. Dismember me.
Disability Pride Month. Is there like an
Pride Month.
LGBTQTD on that?
And then something's cut off. I don't know.
They don't like the D.
No, they just cut some of it off. Okay.
Do you have to be born into the disability, or can you gain it honestly, like I did?
I'm gonna have to cut you off, Mongo. If you want to be in my club, okay, I'm gonna cut you off. Cut you off.
Yeah, you know, you wish that. I mean, 250 years. This is and like Pipple said, man, we have the World Cup here.
Yeah.
In
got the world celebrating the birthday with
It's
us.
awesome.
Yes,
Love it.
it is no better time to have pride in America than now. And we have politicians that are burning the flag or turning the flag upside down or not giving a shit. And you know, it's sad. It's sad.
And even American citizens are like, oh, they hate us. And I'm like, no, they're starting to discover it was a whole bunch of lies. And people like you are a bunch of weird ass liars. So just stop. Just stop. Because it's not working anymore. All the exist and it's just not working anymore because we've all come together and discovered we don't have to keep silent anymore.
Yeah,
I love it. Go America.
Yeah, they have the schools, the media has ruined our youth. They have ingrained in their brain that America is a horrible place, and it's up to the parents to change that narrative. This is the land of opportunity. It's the land that freedom. It's the land of hope and dreams, and it's not it shouldn't be the land of free gifts and entitlements and handouts. You know, if I could make one recommendation to Congress, if you see a YouTube video of anybody burning the flag, if you see a YouTube video of anybody discrediting America, all you have to do is not even lock them up. Just go there, get their name, and say, guess what? You are now stripped of all further American benefits. You will not receive Social Security. You will not receive any medical care. You won't, EBT or any of that other crap. If you hate America that much, you should not be granted
Go to that
any.
socialist country that you like so much.
That's right.
There isn't one.
There isn't one. Venezuela, really?
We were
Cuba.
told for so long that we were racist and all these is for saying all this, but we love America. I love Texas and I love this country, and I will fight to the death for it and for my fellow brothers and sisters here.
Yep.
100%.
And we all will. Mongo, an amazing Mongo log that's going to go down in history as probably one of the best and most emotional Mongo logs.
It's up there.
Thank you for celebrating 250 years of American patriotism.
Well, I appreciate it.
And I know you won't be here next week, right?
No, I will be here next week, but I won't be here the week after and possibly after that.
Oh.
Docking your pay.
Yeah, I told him. I said,
well, yeah, did I not give enough notice on that?
No, 2 weeks.
I said, listen, we can't pay you for
HR.
your vacation. You get no vacation time, but we will supply water with no ice. we can do that.
You did.
We did. We did.
This is
Supply
water, by the way.
Water with no ice.
FYI.
Yeah. Well, I know you next week you'll be here. That's great. And then you're going to go on your nice family vacation, your trip. You're going to be. That's a well-deserved and well overdue trip.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And I see Jude is going to come in and watch the pups.
Judy's going to come in, watch the pups, and then when we get back, she's going to stay here for about another week, and we're going to take her around and show her some things and have some fun with her.
She told me to tell you to bring back some Jolly Ranchers. Just saying.
Some horny farmers. Hello, horny farmers.
She said California has the best Jolly Ranchers.
We do have
wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink.
That couldn't have been planned any better. That couldn't have been planned. Oh my God. Oh.
Spridey's really messing me up.
Wow. That was great. That was great talking. You know what? When I download this show, I'm gonna have to. That has to be one of the most memorable moments right there. Oh. Oh. All right. Well, Mongo, thank you again, man. And I will be talking to you this week. Hope you're healing. I hope the puppy didn't do too much damage to you. You know, the puppy took him down last week.
Oh no, it was more than a week ago. It was about a month ago, but I'm struggling through it. Believe me, it hurts, but I'm getting by. I mean, what can I do?
Yeah. Woo. Those puppies will do that for you, to you.
Yeah, well, I can't see my ortho until the day I get back from Hawaii. So I've had X-rays, but
Oh no!
Oh, I have to go to Hawaii.
Oh, I'm gonna hate it.
I'm gonna be so
You know, you're not getting any compassion here from these girls, man. These ladies are giving you no compassion.
All right, you guys have a safe 4th of July.
He's like,
all right, brother. Peace. All right, love you, Mongo. Take care. Man, this has been a hell of a show. I want to thank everybody, all our guests. I want to thank Chance behind the board. Man, I want to thank Pitbull and Billy Ball and TK and Chris and Steve and his wife for really being such a great part. I want to thank everybody who's been listening, tuning in, commenting. You know, America is the most amazing place to be, to live. Respect it, honor it, and love it. You don't have to love its politics, but love the country. Respect the flag, respect the red, white, and blue, and happy birthday, America. And if you could be anything in this world, be kind. Peace.